Hey everybody, just going to take a quick break from the show to tell you a little bit about Shutterfly. If you're like us, you take a lot of pictures because you have a camera right in your hand all the time. How would you not take a lot of pictures? And we're taking all these pictures, more than we've ever taken in the history of the world.
What are you going to do with them all?
That's the thing. You used to get a solid picture, and then you'd look through them, and you could enjoy them. Now they're like back on your camera roll. You can't even find them. You don't want that. That's why the cool thing you need to do, and what I did, and I think it's pretty cool, is create a Shutterfly photo book.
Oh.
What I did, and you're going to enjoy this, Jimmy, because I haven't showed this to you yet, but took all of our pictures from being on tour this year.
Oh.
All live show pictures, us backstage, us on stage, doing all that stuff, and like some of the, just the venues and things, and made a little photo book out of that. Also, they have free 24-hour designer service as well. With their 24-hour designer service, a professional designer is going to lay out the book for you for free in just a day. Make something that means something with Shutterfly. Enjoy 40% off orders over $29 with promo code SMALLTOWN. See site for promotional details.
And now back to the show.
Hey everybody, just going to take a quick break from the show to get you styled up with Stitch Fix. Shopping's hard. It's hard. With Stitch Fix, you get a stylist, though, who understands your style, your size, your budget, and they do all the shopping for you.
Wow.
This is excellent. Shopping, I'm telling you, shopping and figure out your style, it's overwhelming. Let somebody help you when it comes to getting dressed. We don't know what we're doing, so we let Stitch Fix help us out. A Stitch Fix stylist there. They know what works on us. We get the prices that make us look really good, and it feels good. You get some confidence boost walking around knowing that you're looking decent here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we just give the stylist our sizes, style, budget preferences. We order boxes when we want, how we want, no subscription or any of that required. And they send called Just For Me pieces as well. Like, maybe you'd like this, and it's awesome. Outfit recommendations, styling tips. You keep what you love, you send back the rest. It's super easy.
Yep.
You can do it, and we are doing it because it's excellent. Personal styling for everyone. Get started today at stitchfix.com/STM. That's stitchfix.com/STM.
Now back to the show.
This message comes from Greenlight. Ready to start talking to your kids about financial literacy? Meet Greenlight, the debit card and money app that teaches kids and teens how to earn, save, spend wisely, and invest with your guardrails in place. With Greenlight, you can send money to kids quickly, set up chores, automate allowance, and keep an eye on your kids' spending with real-time notifications. Join millions of parents and kids building healthy financial habits together on Greenlight. Get started risk-free at greenlight.com/Wondery.
This week in Hutchinson, Kansas, a mysterious death goes unpunished until new evidence pops up in the middle of a strangling. Welcome to Small Town Murder. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Small Town Murder.
Yay!
Oh, yay indeed, Jimmy. Yay indeed. My name is James Pietragallo. I'm here with my co-host.
I am Jimmy Whisman.
Thank you, folks, so much for joining us this week again on another crazy edition of Small Town Murder. My goodness, so much wildness this week, as last week was crazy.
There's a lot of New Hampshire.
That New Hampshire, man.
All week.
Oh, my God. What is going on up there? What's happening up there, guys?
It's a mess.
I don't know what's going on in New Hampshire, but I feel like I feel like we're trying to give it to Canada, and Canada's trying to give it back, and we've just decided it's no man's land. Go crazy, because that was wildness. So go back and listen to that if you haven't. Otherwise, we have a pretty crazy edition this week, and then a little tacked on bonus with some prisoner dating game at the end of this episode too. A little surprise. It's been a couple of months.
I love that.
And so I found some fun profiles, and we'll see who is going to be Jimmy's one and only. We're going to have him pick out a nice prisoner later on. Well, we'll see. I got 4 nice ladies and 4 nicest fellas for you. So
I got 8.
Take your pick there.
Shit,
yeah, it's going to be one of those. But before we get into all that, just want to thank everybody, of course, for the reviews this week. Those Apple Podcast purple icon reviews. I don't know why they're so important, but they, for some reason, drive you up the charts and they help you out a lot. So if you want to help out the show, that's a tremendous way to do that. So just get on Apple Podcasts, give us 5 stars. It doesn't matter what you say. Right. Say you're following instructions. Sure. Say, these guys are forcing me to do this. It doesn't matter. What matters is you get it in there and it drives us up the charts. And we appreciate that a lot. Thank you so much for doing that. And also head over to shutupandgivememurder.com for all of your small town murder merchandise needs. Also all of your crime and sports needs. And if you're not listening to crime and sports, you're just missing out. That's all there is to it. If you're saying, I don't know, I don't really like sports, that's not an excuse.
You're nuts.
It doesn't have to do with sports. Yeah. Has as much to do with sports as this show has to do with towns. Right. It's the murder and the craziness and the.
It's a setting.
It's a setting. That's all it is. We need to set the the table and give you a background.
A story. You got to know what's up.
This is why we're talking about this person, and here's why he did what he didn't have to do, and that's how it works. Or she, because there's some women
those
on there too.
Yeah.
Some women on there too. So get on there. Also, you can get on there and get tickets to the live shows that are not for sale yet. Our 2, one in Milwaukee, one in Chicago in December, are sold out, and in April for Nashville, that's also sold out. But we're announcing it's a whole. We looked at it yesterday.
It's negotiated.
It's a whole. It's February through December, man. We're going to different cities every month, all over the place. So get ready for that. Follow us on social media at Murder Small on Twitter, at Small Town Pod on Facebook, at Small Town Murder on Instagram. That's the easiest one to remember and the one I forgot. So that's good. Do that way when we do announce it, it'll probably be there first before even on the show, so you can know about it right from the start and everything like that. Now, with that said, also if you want to be an even bigger hero to the show, and these are the people who really make the show, our producers, who we're going to talk about at the end in glowing terms. Sure. I mean, you don't have any idea how it's the nicest we are to anybody because they're so nice to us. If you want to be one of those people, you can do that very easily over at patreon.com/crime and sports, or you can head over to PayPal and use our email address, which is crimeandsports@gmail.com. And where can you get to both of those places, Jimmy?
Both of those are over at shutupandgivememurder.com. Right. I do know that.
Links right there. Yeah. That's right. But let's do the disclaimer quickly before we get into this crazy, crazy story. This is a comedy show. It's a comedy podcast. Yeah. I mean, we're comedians. We're going to make jokes. Jokes will be made. We make jokes at the expense of small towns. Maybe a murderer, maybe a police force that lets a murderer go free.
You betcha.
These are all people that deserve it.
Yeah.
They deserve the jokes. What we try not to do, though, we go out of our way not to make fun of the victims or the victims' families.
Why would we do that?
Because we're assholes.
All right, but
we're not scumbags.
You bet.
That's right. So if that sounds good to you, we are going to have a blast. If that doesn't sound okay to you, you can turn this off at any time.
Fine.
We'd rather have you turn it off now. If you think comedy and crime, just for any reason, no matter how tastefully done, you don't think it should ever go together, well, this isn't for you.
It's not yours.
You shouldn't listen to it, really. If there's no reason for it. You're not going to enjoy it. So let's do it now.
There's plenty others. I'm not going to tell you what they are. Make you go find them.
We'll part company, friends. We'll part company, friends, and then we don't have to hear you bitch later on.
I'm good with that.
That sounds great. So with that said, if you want to have a good time for the next little while, let's do this. I think it's time to sit back and, by the way, these live shows, you guys are awesome.
Holy shit.
With the shout backs on the show. You guys are coming loud and proud with the Shut Up and Give Me Murders, and we love it. Let's do it. Shut up and give me murder. Let's go on a trip, Jimmy.
All right.
What do you say?
Let's get out of this rain.
Oh, my goodness. No, I love it. We're in Phoenix right now where it never rains, and it's rained for a day, and Jimmy's already complaining about it.
My socks are
fucking amazing. I love it. I hope it rains for the next month, because then it won't rain for a year and a half, so it's fine. Well, we're heading all the way we were in New Hampshire last week.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the Midwest this week.
Oh.
We're going right smack dead square in the middle of a dead square.
All right.
We're going to Kansas.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, exciting.
Sweet fuck.
Oh, Kansas. We're going to Hutchinson, Kansas.
Okay.
One of your favorite places, I know.
It's a destination.
Jimmy's dream is to have a summer home there. That's what he's looking to do.
And a wedding.
Someday. Fingers crossed, you can have a June Hutchinson wedding.
Where the fuck is that?
And then move. It's in Kansas, Jimmy. That's all you need to know.
It doesn't matter.
And then he's going to move out to the prairie.
Wander around, you'll find it.
It's on the edge of the Dust Bowl. Put it that way. Not quite the Dust Bowl area, but on the edge of the Dust Bowl.
Northeast?
It's in central Kansas.
Oh, good
so
Lord.
it was dusty during the Dust Bowl here.
They could smell it.
It is dead fucking central. It's a little south in the state, but I mean as dead central as can be. It's all square there.
Yeah.
The state's square, the counties are square, and square. Just people are square.
Yeah.
It is a square joint in Kansas. It's about 2 hours and 45 minutes to Topeka.
Okay.
If you want to really get down and party in Topeka.
Right.
We all know Topeka's, there's certain places you hear people go to have a good time. You know what I mean? They go to Rio.
Yeah.
They go to Bourbon Street.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They go to Topeka. Places like that. They just get down. It's known worldwide.
Yeah.
People come all the time. Europeans, it's mainly a European destination.
It's the Midwest Riviera. I don't know if you've heard of it.
That's what it is. It really is, because they come there. It's known for the spas, the loose women, obviously.
Right.
It's crazy.
It's destinations that dot the sides of the
yachts.
Mississippi.
The yachts, Jimmy.
The yachts.
The yachts in Topeka. It's, you know how it is there. It's
the land yachts.
It's a lifestyle.
Yeah.
It's extravagant. I'm not going to lie. It's a little much for me personally.
Yeah.
It's not. I'm not that kind of person. But this is it's a Bellagio type experience. If the Bellagio was a whole city,
right?
If the Las Vegas Bellagio was an entire city, that would be
fountains.
Topeka. Fountains and sparkly things.
Yeah.
Prostitutes.
The people are square.
Oh, the people are
Their
so
shirts have squares
Everything's
all over
square.
them. All the plaid.
Their heads are square. It'd be a flat top, make my head square.
Fucking tablecloth has fucking red and white.
It's all
squares.
square. Yeah. We need nice, clean corners. 90 degrees, Sonny.
Every pattern, I want squares.
90 degree. No, none of these are cute or none of this stuff. I need a 90-degree angle, damn it, on everything.
Goddamn dick.
Triangles come along, and that's how Satan gets into everything. That's how it works then. And the Lord isn't with you once there's triangles.
He's 45 degrees.
Oh, Jesus. 3 hours and 15 minutes to Oklahoma City. Oh.
Jesus.
Yes, Oklahoma City. Wow. 3 hours and 10 minutes to Oskaloosa, which is episode 95, which is our last Kansas episode.
3 hours away.
So it's about 3 hours away. That was like up in the Northeast.
Yeah.
Up there. This is in the center. This is in Reno County.
Oh, boy.
That sounds classy.
Yeah, it does.
Reno County. They gave it a whole county. The city was so nice. Let's give it a whole county.
You name anything Reno, I want no part of you.
Even though this was first, it still doesn't matter.
Of course it was.
You change your name.
You get east.
Once Reno's Reno. It's it's zip code 67501, area code 620. It's about almost 23 square miles.
It's big.
It's a big area. The motto of this place is, quote, the Salt City.
The
Salt.
Isn't that Salt Lake City?
No, this is the Salt City. There's no lake, but there's a shitload of salt. They just forgot the lake part.
We got salt, dry as fuck.
All the lake, none of the salt. All of the salt, none of the lake. That's
not a glowing advertisement.
No, well, neither is their other motto, quote, the middle of a square. Yeah. So that's it's confusing and it sounds boring, but they're trying. They're like, it's the middle of a square. Then you think about it, if you saw the map.
Get over here and eat at our diners and try it.
Come on, check out our tablecloths. It matches my shirt. Come on,
I'm not going to believe how much square it is.
Oh, it's so square.
You're going to hate squares.
History of this town. It was founded in 1871 when an Indian agent named Clinton C.C. Hutchinson, he contracted with the Santa Fe Railroad to make a town at the railroad's crossing over the Arkansas River. So this is founded by a guy who made a deal with a railroad to make a town, so there was a reason to have a railroad go through it, basically. So this town was kind of started for false reasons. It wasn't started. This is a good place to settle. It was like the railroad wants to be here, so I'll build some shit.
Clinton C.C. Hutchinson?
C.C. Hutchinson. I'm sure his middle name was something with a C.
Oh, got it. I was like, that's 3 C's.
Yeah,
Clinton.
I'm sure it was. That's why C.C. was his nickname, what everybody called him. And now a little north of the tracks there, on the banks of the Cow Creek, was where the town popped in. There was already a couple of houses there, but there was no town per se or anything going on there. Hutchinson founded the Reno County Bank and erected the state's first water mill. So, it's exciting stuff here. Now, the community earned to Jesus Christ, man. The nickname of the city was Temperance City. because of the prohibition of alcohol set by Hutchinson, the founder.
Oh, he was the first one?
No, but in this city, he showed up, and right away it was, I'm starting this town, no alcohol. It's a dry town.
Why the fuck did anybody come here at all?
That's what I mean. Temperance City. It's the 1800s. Have you ever seen Kansas?
Yeah.
Watch Ken Burns' Dust Bowl. It's on like Amazon Prime and shit. When you watch it, they show the sunset and it's beautiful. It is a flat plain.
Yeah.
Like, you will lose your fucking mind just looking out of that open space makes me feel so claustrophobic. I can't take it anymore. The
reason there's no professional baseball or anything there.
It's just so much.
Professional any sport.
Well, there's no cities.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Topeka is the fucking,
We've flown over it, and I looked down and saw Wichita.
You see squares when you look down. Yeah. Big squares, little squares, squares.
Wichita was tiny.
It's all tiny.
Holy
there's nothing
shit.
going on in these places. So imagine going there and there's no booze. Mm-hmm. You're just sitting there in the quiet.
Whoops-a-daisy.
No TV.
It'll feel lost.
I'm gonna put some music on my phone. None of that shit. Just staring at the great expanses forever, hoping it'll rain. That's what you're doing. And hoping that rain has booze in it.
Yeah.
Also.
Hoping it's a tornado that sucked up booze from Arkansas and is going to dump it on us.
No shit. It was incorporated in 1872. I don't know what this means, but as a third-class city, which is fucking great.
It still is.
It's just like, you know what?
Take a bounce.
I won't even find out what that means. I could have easily looked that up, but I'm like, I like that it's a third-class city. We're going to leave it at that.
You're not even second.
Not even second class. I'm a second-class citizen, actually third. Yeah. Sir,
you're boarding.
You're actually behind the second. The second class is here. Those people, they're wretched and they have like body lice and shit. But there's another section.
Beyond that.
It's actually under them. Right. It's just some stairs.
You're the one with the body sores.
Yeah,
that's
why they're running and contagious. So it's worse than the lice. We can dip him. He'll be fine.
What do they call that? Weeping?
You should be.
Gross. That's the most disgusting term ever for a wound.
Yeah, that's not good. Seeping.
Well, I think it's weeping.
Weeping. Seeping is an incision. The fluid drains out. So in 1887, the Chicago, Kansas, and Nebraska Railway built a main line from Harrington through Hutchinson. So that's very fucking exciting. They extended it later on and went all the way to New Mexico and Texas and all that shit. In 1887, though, this is when the excitement started. There's nothing going on here. You're just staring at the expanses, like I said. In 1887, they found salt deposits. Oh, there's salt! Oh, everyone come from far and wide. The salt is here.
It's because everybody's sweaty.
That's all it is.
I got salt deposits on my forehead.
In my shirt, all over. They were discovered there when a guy named Ben Blanchard, who was a land speculator, he founded South Hutchinson. Yeah. He was drilling for oil. That was the thing.
And he hit salt.
I bet there's oil here. If you go down south some, they got a bunch of oil, so I'm sure it's under here too. And then he was digging, and instead of black, he found white shit, and it's salt. And he's like,
tasted it, was like, well, we got shit to feed the deer.
Yeah, he went, shit. If you're
this
digging
is a lot of time for
oil
and
you hit salt, you're like, fuck me.
Couldn't it have just been gold?
God damn it.
Isn't Kansas known for silver? Where the fuck's the silver?
People are like, salt's still good. It's not oil.
Right.
That's not what I was looking for here. So... it was salt. Then salt mining became the major industry here because they had nothing else. They nicknamed it the Salt City and just went with it. Fuck it, let's do that. Now, Hutchinson is the home of the Kansas State Fair. Okay. Also, they've been having it there since 1873. Which is basically like when the town started. And it was always the Hutchinson Fair, but it became the Kansas State Fair, even though it wasn't an official state fair yet. They just called it that because it was the big fair in the state for some reason here. And then they got the fairgrounds and it became the Kansas State Fair officially. In 1943, they sent German and Italian prisoners of war from World War II to Kansas to be used as forced labor.
To work in the salt mines?
To work because there was a labor shortage. Obviously, our guys were over fighting them. Right. So we caught them and brought them back here, which seems really counterproductive. So we're going to take our guys and send them there and take these guys we caught and send them here to work because our guys are there, so they can't work here. How about we leave them, but then we had to be there? It's very confusing. It's a big circle.
Right.
It's very tough. So, there was prisoner of war camps were established there. Camp Concordia, Camp Funston, and Camp Phillips. And, there were prisoner of war camps where they used German and Italian war labor, to dig up salt and shit like that. So I don't know.
That's a tough job to get cut doing. You know what I mean? Then
it's all burning.
Oh my God!
It's all salt.
Jesus Christ!
For the love of God,
and
it's everywhere.
You're getting cut. That shit's sharp.
It's everywhere.
Oh, it's in the air.
I doubt they gave them like really good gloves and nice safety
gloves.
They're just dig your guinea hands in the fucking dirt.
You
dig your crap guinea hands in the fucking earth and bring the salt up. That's what we need you to do.
Work harder. Make them calloused.
Maybe I have the shovel. No, Luigi, you don't have a fucking shovel. We ain't got shit for you. Dig your fucking spaghetti hands in there.
Pull out salt.
Yeah, take the cavatelli you got in your pocket and fucking use it to dig into the earth.
We got diners all around America whose tables are empty.
They're empty.
Put the salt on the table.
We need it. In January 2001, 143 million cubic feet of compressed natural gas leaked from a storage field, a gas storage field.
Oh,
that
my God.
Like a
how much?
143 million cubic feet.
That is so much gas.
That sounds like a shitload of gas. I don't know if once it disperses, it sounds like a lot though.
But it doesn't go up, James. That shit's heavy. It stays below.
It sank underground.
Yep.
Then rose to the surface through old brine and salt wells, making around 15 gas blowholes, basically.
Oh,
and
my
so there
God.
was just gas shooting out of the
shit
ground.
on fire.
So this is just hell on earth now.
Yeah.
Now it's a flat, alcoholless, fucking depressing shithole full of salt where fire is shooting from the earth like it's the Princess Bride, and the rodents of unusual size are going to attack you if you don't get burned by the fucking ground things. What is happening? Why do you live here?
Does it make a clicking noise before it goes off? I don't think so.
I don't think no, I don't think
No.
No. I don't think it
this
does.
Just fucking
it just goes.
And that's terrifying because you have no idea where that settles. You can't see it.
When fire shoots from the earth, it
fuck
means
out of there.
that you don't live there anymore. That's the earth is telling you no more.
Go door to door and say, listen, we fucked up.
I don't care.
We got gas loose.
I'm not a religious man, but whoever's in charge of whatever the fuck is someone's trying to tell you something.
Yeah.
Fire is shooting from the earth. Get the fuck out of there. So
listen, we ruined this town. It's time to leave. What do you mean? I just bought this. No.
Oh, no.
Believe me, it's
fire shooting from the earth.
It's going to be insane.
This caused an explosion in the downtown area at 10:45 a.m., destroying 2 businesses and damaging a bunch of others. And then an explosion the next day in a mobile home park killed 2 people. So I just see trailers flying into the air like they're, made of paper.
Those are built to burn.
Oh, yeah. This was an explosion, so it killed a couple of people there. The Kansas National Guard had to be called in to evacuate the city because of the gas leaks.
What year was this?
This is 2001.
Get the
This
fuck
isn't
out of
1955.
here. Yeah, I was seeing...
This is no. This is 2001.
I saw like Dodge City, Wyatt Earp.
People are on the internet.
Yeah.
They're like, I fix this gas leak so I can check my email. That's what they're doing right now. This when I hear this, I picture like an 80s disaster movie, like a horror movie.
80s?
There's like people in masks that are
I see people
evil
on
government.
horses, James.
Maybe even
this
horses.
Is crazy.
Maybe even, but 80s about the 50s or something. Like this is super weird. The team of specialists they brought in to look over the city for more leaks, and it was a big deal, obviously nationally. Kansas is exploding from the ground. People were interested in that. In January and June of 2013, they're trying to promote a comic book convention there at the Kansas State Fair, and they want to have Smallville Con. Okay, so the mayor changed for a day. The name of the town was changed to Smallville to that was Superman's town in Kansas.
Yeah.
So he's from here. Right. Everybody for a day, come here, and now they have the convention there. Now I have some interesting things.
That's the show about him growing up. Right?
I think so. That Dean Cain show.
Yeah, no, it's after that.
That was the Superman one in the 90s. Who fucking cares? Anyway,
matter.
I have some 1-star reviews that are wonderful that we have to read here.
Did you say plural?
Reviews.
Oh, boy.
Many, and they're all hilarious. So buckle up here. Okay. I got to get through these. Quote, here's one. Quote, it's a sewer pond full of corrupt cops and city officials, and every year there's a new city tax for something so they can extort me for more money from the residents.
That's somebody that's broke and is tired.
If you were a business looking to relocate there, you better look at the cost of doing business because it's way cheaper in other cities with better road access. That is very specific. The meth problem is out of hand, and there isn't anyone to hire that can pass a piss test. The city manager is a buffoon, and thank God he's retiring, but not before destroying the economy of Hutch. Steer clear of this dump drug-infested sewer pond that ran a great Target store out of town. He was the manager at Target, and they fucking closed down.
Or he at least was the popcorn maker there.
Very specific beefs, these all are. Okay, quote, Hutchinson is full of hateful, drug-infested people. They deliberately drive slow, and they play the speed-up game just to piss you off. Someone did this in traffic. They are thieves and will lie right to your face. There's only one major store. That was probably the Target that's now ran out of town.
Done.
And a hospital that has a mortality rate through the roof. Jesus. Not to mention the sonic booms from all the mining underground. This whole town is going to sink. This is a nightmare, this place. Okay. Quote, here's another one. Hutchinson, Kansas is a sewer.
That's two.
Yeah, that's a headline right there.
That's number two going with sewer, though.
The town is rude, the people are thieves, and the criminal element rules. Drug dealers, theft, murder, and other crimes are the norm. Way too many local government employees, state and county. If you don't work for the government, you don't work and in turn are on welfare. The jail is always full. Deadbeats roam the streets. No businesses can survive unless you accept food stamps as currency. The people are scavengers, so desperate for a dime they will stab their own mother in the back. The medical system sucks. The police try but can't keep up. On every corner is a fireman standing there with their thumbs up their ass. Unbelievable.
Is this Haiti?
This is so specific.
Christ. Is this a fucking a Caribbean port town? This sounds like pirates.
This sounds like somewhere where like an African village where a warlord rules and keeps all the aid on his tank.
And if you give birth to a child, he steals her
cooks it. And marries her if it's a girl.
The girl marries her and eats your boys.
Cooks the boys. Police have nothing to do. They just drive slow to be in your way. See, that's with the driving. If you're selling something cheap, expect the area population to want it even cheaper. The entire state of Kansas is a deadbeat hellhole. See, these are wonderful. Here's another one. I've only been in Hutch for about 2 months and it's terrible. At least I had a good laugh reading through all the comments. Obviously, there's a major meth issue. Especially in South Hutch area. Not much to do here, and especially not a place to raise kids, all caps. Some of the people here are super friendly, but they are not from here, mostly. I think it has a horrible vibe for the most part, and not much to do here unless you like shopping at Dillon's. I don't know what that is. It is cool that there are Amish who have a store with a decent selection of healthy foods off Main Street, and of course, some other shit is great, but nothing else. It's depressing and slowly sucking away my soul.
Moving to Wichita, love Dennis Rader.
Wow. He's moving to Topeka to party. And here's the final one. Quote, Hutch is lacking quite a bit of things. Yeah. End of story. All one star. That's it. It's lacking.
We got some work to do.
You know, population here, it's a little higher than we normally do, but fuck it. 41,316. This is a small town. I don't care what any. It's in the middle of Kansas.
How many people?
41,000.
That's, oh my God,
That's
James,
still a very small town. Yeah.
For that many people, that's the opportunity for it to be booming and doing great. And every single person has the same review.
Terrible.
Sewer, thieves,
meth.
No cops, meth, hospital, you'll fucking
shitty driving. If you're not killed on the road by a slow driver in front of you. So I don't get it.
This place is amazing.
It's a mess. More males than females. Median age is 39. It's a couple years older than normal. Married is about normal, 49%. It's normally 50-50. Divorce rate is high, though, 15%. Okay. It's a hellhole. I mean, how do you stay married? You must be miserable in all aspects. Single with no children, though, is lower. So they'll get divorced, but I don't know if they have kids or I don't know what's going on here. Race of this town, 80% white, which is higher than normal. normal. It's about 61.5 normal. 4% black.
Okay.
So some black people here. 11.9% Hispanic. So it's a little bit low, but it's mostly white, but they have a little bit of a mixture here. Not even 1% Asian.
Wow.
So that's not a lot there. Religious, it's usually 50-50 here. It's about 53%. And it's spread around pretty evenly too. There's a lot of other Christian. There's a few Catholics, Lutheran, Methodist. It's the middle.
Yeah.
It's the middle. So you're not going to get a lot. 0.0% Jewish though.
Yeah.
That's not happening.
One thing you won't get.
One thing you're not getting there. 0.0% Islam. It's pretty conservative here. 28% voted Democrat in the last presidential election. This is in the county.
Yeah.
It's a rural county. 63% Republican, 9% independent.
That seems high.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
It's very high. It's high. One of the highest we've ever seen, actually. Unemployment rate here is about normal. It's a little under 4%, but I mean that's low anyway. But compared to the rest of the country, it's a tiny drop high. Median household income, though, it's normally about $57,000. Here it is $45,000. So it's a little low for that. 30% of the people here make under $30,000 a year.
Okay.
So it's kind of a lower income place in general. A lot of there's some more manufacturing jobs than normal, things like that. But otherwise, there's not even a lot of mining jobs here. It's less than 0.5% is mining jobs. So it's, the jobs are kind of normal. Cost of living, 100 being average, regular par. Cost of living here is 74.
Okay.
And that is low because of the lowest thing here is housing. Housing's a 41.
Oh.
Median home cost here, $94,100.
Holy shit.
So it is cheap.
Yeah.
I mean, it's on fire. The ground is shooting flames
without warning.
While sonic booms and explosions happen, while a cop is driving slow in front of you and a meth head is trying to knock on your window.
And sewage runs down the street.
And the Target is closing as you're trying to pull in to buy something. It's not great. Things are bad here.
And don't get injured by any of it because you'll fucking die.
You'll die. You go in for stitches, you're going to die. Sorry, it's just going to happen. 50% of the houses are between $80,000 and $200,000. So it's and there's a lot less than that too. We're talking over 30% of the houses are worth under $80,000.
Oh my God!
So we're talking
investment opportunity.
Oh, I mean,
boy.
This place is clearly just on the cusp of something big. And if
just
we've convinced you, you know what? If we've convinced you, we have some options for you with the Hutchinson, Kansas Real Estate Report. Your average 2-bedroom rental here is about $729, which is kind of in line with its cost of living about.
Yeah.
I have found a 3-bedroom, 1-bath, 1,340 square foot house. It's cute. I don't usually say cute. Yeah. It's a cute little house.
It's quaint.
It's quaint.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Modest?
It's modest.
Yeah.
Everything in Kansas is modest. Let's be honest here. Kansas, we're modest and square. Two things that are there.
Kansas, period, modest, period.
Square, exclamation point. With a square bottom
modest,
on it.
Squared.
$68,500.
Yeah.
So cheap. I found a 3-bedroom, 3-bath, 2,660 square foot. This is a nice house. It's really nice, spacious. $124,500.
Wow.
Real nice. And then I found, you want to spread out a little bit here. You're running the local quarry or whatever. 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 3,374 square feet. Really nice too. I mean, from the outside, it looks like stately. It looks like a governor's mansion.
Okay.
Beautiful. $205,000.
Wow.
Ridiculous.
Target manager.
Jesus, it's not, I'm telling you, you can buy a real nice house for cheap. The problem is you'd have to live here.
Right.
That's the issue.
You still got to be in Kansas.
Yeah, you can't move it. Now, things to do.
Gas explosion insurance.
It's going to happen. Things to do. Leave Kansas. No, that's not the thing. That's what you should be doing. That's subliminal. Get the shit. What are you doing?
Things to do. Flame-proof your house.
Hope the tornado takes me to an alternate universe where I can have a concussion and dream about my farmhands, because that's better than what's happening.
Hope the tornado lands me, at least in civilization, that is not this.
Yeah, that's...
alternate reality, fuck all that, just across state lines.
Get me out of here. Except not south or north or east or west, because those are all terrible states.
We got to keep going.
Shit. Well, if we can get me to Denver. So, things to do. We have the Kansas State Fair, which, big deal. Who knows? We eat some fried shit with sugar all over it, I guess.
Forget for a minute.
There's also the Strataka. Okay.
I'm listening.
That is a salt mine museum. It's the Salt Mine Museum there. It used to be known as, they changed the name because it's this Strataka. That sounds, what is that? Like a European restaurant? It was like a tapas place or something.
Right.
No, it was known as Kansas Underground Salt Museum, which didn't sound that attractive.
So they changed it to Strataka?
Strataka.
What?
I don't know. They tried to make it sound like people go, what's that? And then they want to curious. They know exactly what Kansas Underground Salt Museum is. And all of those words. Museum can be good if it's something fun, but Kansas Underground and Salt all sound like shit.
And Strataka, that's not even that's not an acronym. That's just a word that they found.
They made it up. It's built in within one of the world's largest salt deposits, rock salt deposits, and provides the opportunity to go 650 feet beneath the Earth's surface for some reason.
My God.
If you want to be a mole person, it's a destination attraction, they say, for an exploring an environment carved from salt deposits formed 275 million years ago. Pictures of it would be cool. I don't want to go down there.
I don't know. Wait till we convince housewives that this shit has healing properties when you put a light bulb in it.
Forget it. They'll be all down there dangling from fucking.
They're everywhere.
I picture dangling from a cord going, I need another hour down here. There's 14 other salt mines in the United States. There's only 15 salt mines in the U.S. Salt seems very plentiful, though.
Is that right?
That's what it's. I don't fucking know. That's what I have.
In the U.S.?
In the U.S.
But what about the world?
None of that. I'm sure there's plenty of salt. All of these salt mines, that we don't know how many are in the world, but of the 15, this is the only one that's accessible to tourists.
Oh.
You know, because no one else would think to say anyone wants to see this shit.
Do you know why? Because there's other shit to do where the other ones are at.
The Dark Ride is a tram tour that takes visitors through a maze of chambers beyond the museum area to see various features of the mine, and takes you. It's a tour of fright, basically.
It's dark, though.
It sounds like Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
Right.
It comes with an Asian boy with a Mets hat.
But you can't see him.
And you can't see him.
Because it's dark.
Pitch black down there. And the tour includes a stop at a salt pile for a souvenir where you can fill a sample bag with salt crystals. Just reach right in there. There you go, fuckhead. Get out of here with your salt crystals. Crime rate.
That's gross.
That sounds terrible.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. That sounds terrible. I don't want to do that.
And the reward at the end is you get to dig your hand into a pile
and
that
walk away with a bag of salt you can
Christ
take home.
only knows who dug their hand in there.
Jesus Christ. I'm not using that salt. Crime rate in this town. Property crime is almost double the national average, so they're not lying about the methiness. It sounds like. Violent crime, murder, rape, robbery, and of course assault, don't forget that, is about 1/3 above the national average as well.
So it's dangerous.
It's the Mount Rushmore of crime is it's dangerous here. They will cut you and take your shit.
Yeah.
So that's how it works here. And I think it's time to talk about a murder.
Okay.
Let's talk about a murder. Stretch the murder legs out here.
Hey everybody, just going to take a quick break from the show to tell you about the safest sponsor ever, Simply Safe. Absolutely, these people will keep you safe. It's amazing. You know that every 26 seconds a burglary takes place in the United States, according to the FBI. That means that by the time this podcast is over, dozens and dozens of homes will have been targeted, ransacked, God knows what happens here. So protect your home before it's too late with Simply Safe proactive security system. Simply Safe helps stop threats before they even have a chance to break in. Named Best Home Security System by U.S. News and World Report 5 years in a row. And by us for about the last 8 years as well. If you trust us, believe me, you want Simply Safe. So visit simplysafe.com/small to claim 50% off a new system with professional monitoring plan and your first month free. That's simplysafe.com/small. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
Now back to the show.
This show, Small Town Murder, is brought to you by BetterHelp. Get yourself some therapy, everybody. Honestly, here. We often hear about, red flags that you should avoid. Hey, that's a lot of a thing. It's become a real phrase now, real cliche. But why don't you focus also, you look at green flags in friends and partners. Look for good things as well.
Right.
And maybe you're not sure what that looks like, though. Therapy can help you figure that out. What are positive things? What are the green flags? And then you can practice them in your relationship. It's absolutely a fact. And so, honestly, we absolutely are huge advocates for this. It really, really helps. BetterHelp is fully online, making therapy affordable. It's convenient. They serve over 5 million people worldwide. You can access a diverse network of more than 30,000 credentialed therapists, wide ranges of specialties there. Here's the coolest part. You're not getting along with your therapist, you're just not feeling it, you can switch at any time, no extra charge.
Wow.
The thing is, they want you to get help. That's it. And you can do it with BetterHelp. Discover your relationship green flags with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/smalltownmurder today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/smalltownmurder.
Now back to the show.
Hey, everybody, just going to take a quick break from the show and tell you about Noom. Has Noom helped you? I believe it has.
Oh, it's got an app. You can do tracking. It's terrific.
It does. Noom builds personal plans that can meet individual needs. That's the thing. Takes into account any dietary restrictions, medical issues, other personal needs. That helps build a plan that works for you. And yes, so I know that you've had your own personalized program here that you've been working on. And
it's weight loss This is weight loss results that last. They stick around because you get yourself into a lifestyle change. That's what matters.
That's mainly it. You can't just say, I'm going to cut that out for a month and then go back.
Do it.
That's not what it is. So I'm glad it's helping you. That's great. And it really does. I like the psychology and biology-based approach here. Noom Weight uses psychology. That's why they say losing weight starts with your brain, but it also takes into account your unique biological factors, Jimmy. All of your
all different.
Multitude flora and fauna that goes on inside of you there.
Sure, yeah. Stay
focused on what's important to you with Noom's psychology and biology-based approach. Sign up for your trial today at Noom.com, Noom.com here. Based on 3.5-year study of actively engaged Noom users with minimum starting BMI of 25. Individual results may vary. Visit our website for more information.
We're going to go back a little bit in time, which Kansas really always seems like you're back in time, I feel like.
Yeah.
You could go there now and you'd be like, 1983? No. 2000. Wow.
Feels about right.
It doesn't feel right here. Is that a members-only jacket? This is weird.
Feels about 87.
This is 87, yeah. But we're going to go back even further. We're going back to 1978. So time machine time here. We're spinning and clouds and lightning and everything.
Pre-Eddie Money.
Oh, this is, well, I'm sure Eddie Money was around.
Was he around 79?
He had to be around, yeah.
79 or 77?
78.
78.
Yeah.
Neither of them.
He was around. Neither, yeah. You picked the two around. The
you
one I
just said it 3 seconds ago.
June 16th, 1978.
Got it.
To be exact. Let's go. So it's a early summer in Kansas.
Okay.
It's not going to rain.
No.
So don't even ask for it.
No.
Just enjoy your wheat crops, everybody. So, June 16th, 1978. Let's talk about a couple of people. First, a guy named Philip Parks.
Okay.
He's about 27 years old at this point, and he's got a wife.
Yeah.
He is married. This is his first time being married.
Killing it.
He's married to a young lady named Rachel.
Yeah.
He and Rachel live together in Hutchinson.
Okay.
They have 2 children.
Yeah.
So, this is
doing it.
Midwestern, they're dodging explosions and fire shooting from the ground. And it's like in Kansas with 2 kids.
Yeah.
You let them outside because it's safe because no one will kill them probably in the 70s. But on the other hand, there is explosions and gas and, salt mines to fall into. It's like the great outdoors.
This whole town is so dangerous and terrifying.
It's an old Micah mine. The kids that yell down into the halls and
go out there on the weekends.
I'm not going to tell you what the teenagers do down there.
We know. We know what they're doing.
We know what they're doing. And so you can tell by the condoms all over the floor.
And that's still less gross than them sitting on that old dead man's lap.
You ever have, anywhere, when I was a kid, there was a bomb shelter.
Yeah.
Like an old 50s, fallout shelter that was on this hill in the woods, and it had a door.
Right.
It was like it was in the ground, and there was a fucking door in the side of a hill, and you'd go in there, and it was this bomb shelter. It was this thing, and it was just broken liquor bottles and fucking used condoms everywhere. That's all it was.
At least there's condoms.
Oh, we found that.
Thank God for that.
When I was 11, we found that thing, and I was like, oh my God, this is the most disgusting place ever.
This is disgusting.
People are fucking in here. What self-respecting girl is saying,
oh, stop right there.
Fuck me on the broken beer bottles amongst the other used condoms. No. Shove aside the other used condoms and lay me down, you big stallion, you. Who the fuck is saying that?
That was
what
not
is happening?
Said. It was bend me over that rock over yonder.
I don't feel like any of that was consensual is what I'm getting at.
That's
I feel like
too.
no woman was like, yeah, this'll work. This is a good place to fuck. No.
Oh, you sweetheart.
Yeah, this
is so romantically secluded.
This is, I gave her some shit in her drink and then she passed out in the bomb shelter and then I humped her and threw the fucking condom. This is disgusting. The worst.
You, Romeo, this is secluded was said less than, oh my God, nobody's going to hear my screams.
No one ever said, it's so romantic. I don't think that was ever said once.
It was probably more, I wish this was more romantic.
Yeah, this is, do you smell old jizz? And stale beer?
Is this a bleach?
This is disgusting. Are we in the bleachery again? Is this the bleach factory? Nice callback there. So,
thank you very much. That's my favorite thing you ever said. Because it was vile.
It's a burning bleach factory. That probably was. That's next to pulled pork pussy. Is one of the worst things I've ever said. So, now, June 16th, 1978, these two are married. It's a normal Kansas morning.
Yeah.
Like I said, explosions are happening. Rodents of unusual size are all over the place. And a woman named Mary Jackson lives next door to this couple, to Philip and Rachel. And she got up at about 6 a.m., I don't know why. She's got shit to do, I guess.
Yeah.
And she's dicking around in the kitchen, doing her morning shit, making coffee, I don't know, walking around in a house robe, I feel like, a house coat.
Cleaning the Tupperware.
Cleaning the Tupperware. Why is the Tupperware so dirty?
Because it's 78.
Nothing else is dirty but the
popular.
Tupperware?
Yeah.
Just the Tupperware?
She's pouring out the shit that went bad in the Tupperware.
Tupperware. All of her dishes have been thrown out. That's why she's doing Tupperware, because they don't own anything else but Tupperware. Right. It's all Tupperware.
Why were those tops, wrinkled like that? Do you know what I mean?
Oh,
I don't understand. That was them, right? That was a thing of theirs, right?
Grip. I think it was the underside of them were all wrinkled.
The top, the fucking lid that you snapped on was all fucking Ripley.
But that was the underside.
No, this was the top and the bottom.
The top was the smooth part.
Was it?
They might have had ones like that, but the bottom ones, I always thought that was to...
I don't understand why it was like that.
I don't know either. I don't know.
It was Tupperware's thing, though.
I don't know Tupperware science. I'm not sure about that, but I'm sure what the advantage technically of it would be, but I feel
we only had hand-me-down Tupperware, where my mom's friend had a Tupperware party and got a whole bunch of new shit and was like, you can have this.
I remember and there was this, I like the stained Tupperware. You get that, somebody put spaghetti in it one time, and it's just stained fucking red and pink on the side forever.
Put it in those shitty old microwaves, and now it's rippled just around where the top of the food was.
It doesn't seal now either. Yeah, rippled in there. It's the sauce
the seal is bad. Yeah,
it's bad stuff.
Food goes bad in 3 hours in those now.
Yeah, that used to last one. It's a one-time use thing with Tupperware, but they would sell it.
Oh boy, did they!
They used to have now they just sell each other dildos, as we talked about last week.
Tell you what, you sell us a shitload of dildos, we'll all go to Walmart and get a 100-piece Rubbermaid storage thing for $7.
It's better than a 107-piece dildo set, as our guy had last week
for $10,000.
It's funny that he said 100 and then $7, and I'm like, that's I was going to say 107
I don't know
dildos.
How I did that,
but yeah, last week, if you hadn't heard, a man had 107 dildos in his possession, so you need to hear about that.
Somebody at a sex store sent me a picture of 135 of them on a wall, and I was horrified at how many that really is. That's holy shit. That's
By the way,
many.
People were saying, "Hey, we should don't send us dildos.
Don't you dare.
We don't want any dildos."
Those.
And then we get them in. We can have Sarah open up a bunch of dildos. That's not nice. She doesn't want to see your dildos. Keep your dildos to you. We appreciate the sentiment that you want to joke around and send us dildos, but send dildos to someone who needs it. You know what I mean? There has to be like a needy person dildo center that you go, like one of those Salvation Army boxes where you have clothes, something like that.
In a parking lot, those ones?
Yeah, you just if you need
just go buy one and throw it in that shit.
Throw it in there. That's what I'm saying. There has to be. Okay.
You know the one that says
needy people.
Used books?
Yeah.
Throw one in there.
Throw a dildo in there. Still in the package. Don't be disgusting.
Yeah, brand new.
You
mongrels.
Yeah, don't be an animal, but put it in there just because someone will be excited about it. If you think about it, needy people, they don't just need, everybody obviously needs food and clothes and shelter, but you have other needs that you want too. You want candy, or you want this, or you want that. You probably want a dildo once in a while. We've overlooked this.
You know there's going to be a collection center that takes all that in. There's a guy there that goes, oh, gross. I'll get rid of this. And then he goes and puts it in his locker.
He's got a giant closet. He's got 107 of them, and then he's on our show. So if you're going to buy dildos, don't give them to us.
No, I don't
donate
want it.
them.
Yeah.
Donate dildos, because I want to see what people will do if you donate dildos to a donation center. I want to see the look on people's faces.
I want to see the tweets where, right? Like, let's create a Twitter with an @ so that when we donate it, right? If you've received this, let us know at findadildo.com.
Find a dildo.
At find a dildo on Twitter. Somebody create that.
Someone's already got
Somebody's
that, I'm sure.
At donate a dildo.
Jesus Christ. So Mary Jackson is cleaning her dildos in Tupperware at 6 a.m. Poor woman. She's got so many to clean. It's rough, man.
I'd say that's a pretty good life.
Yeah. She observes Philip leaving in his pickup truck, which is normal in the morning. He goes to work, and so there's Philip leaving in the pickup truck. Nosy fucking people always looking at. You know when my neighbors go to work?
No.
Neither do I, because I've never fucking paid attention, because I don't fucking care. It doesn't affect me at all.
I know when one comes home from work.
I don't look out there. Oh, look at that. Yeah, the one next door, because we see him. We're out there. He comes home around when you come over to do the show. Right. How's it going? Other than
hey,
that,
guys, how are you? What are you doing? Can we hang out?
Inside the house, I don't give a shit who's coming, who's going. If you're not in my yard, I don't care what you're doing, basically. So this lady observes him. Then a little while later, this morning, she sees something weird. She sees her neighbor's garage. Again, don't look closely at your neighbor's garage. Half of small town murder could be solved with mind your own fucking business. and half of these people's, I had to find my neighbor dead, or I had to find my friend dead.
Right.
Mind your own fucking business, and you wouldn't have found anybody dead. So she observes water coming from the garage, like water leaking out from under the garage door of Philip and Rachel's home.
Better let them know that their hot water heater's broke.
That's exactly it right there. That's what I would think immediately if I see water. I'm like,
you guys are gonna have a
hot
cold
water heater
shower.
broke. Oh, that sucks. No, I hope they don't have any family heirlooms in the garage or pictures in the boxes. That happened to my mom, actually.
Really?
Their hot water heater exploded, and like all of her pictures and like all of shit they had in boxes, because they had just moved into that house, and that was stuff you don't really unpack, because they were looking for a house and renting this one, and temporary, all got soaked and destroyed. Everything's fucking destroyed.
It's over.
Yeah, destroyed. Everything. All like, kid pictures, all that shit, all gone.
Little James.
I don't exist anymore.
Erased.
Non-existent little James. Never happened. I came out, looked just like this.
Yeah.
I was 6'4" and pissy, yelling about dildos. So she doesn't think anyone's home, because they leave in the day. So she's like, fuck, their hot water heater broke. So she feels responsible to do something. Here. Again, that sucks.
Yeah.
Drive, pull away. I don't know. Not my.
Right.
I don't expect. The thing is, if there's water leaking out of my garage, I don't expect my neighbors to fucking do anything either.
Right.
It's not like, but I want them to help me. No, we all live on separate planets.
Yeah.
Honestly, unless my house is on. If you see flames shooting from the top of it, call the fire department. Other than that, mind your own fucking business.
Don't come breaking windows out either.
No.
I don't need extra damage.
911. Think my neighbor's house is on fire. Here's the address. Hang up. That's all I need you to do. Don't come over. Don't check on anybody. I got this. It's fine. So anyway, she goes a step beyond. I'd have knocked on the door.
Yeah.
No one answers. That's their fucking problem. She calls Philip's father.
What?
Gets a hold of this guy's father, which, by the way, if you know your neighbor's father enough to call him, it's too small of a town.
Too close already.
Right there. So the father comes over. This is Philip's father, and he gets into the garage. Nothing there. The hot water heater's fine.
Oh.
There's no leak. There's no anything.
The water's gone.
There's water coming, but it's not coming from
Where's it coming from?
In the house. It's not coming from the garage. It's coming from in the house.
Oh shit!
So it's from
coming
in the house.
out of the garage door.
Yeah, from inside the house.
Oh shit!
So because I think it was a step down and it went.
That's
down.
a lot more water.
It's a lot of water. So he's like, okay, this is weird. So he's just going to follow the water, obviously. So I mean, I don't know if he thinks pipes exploded or why. I don't know how. Would that? I don't know anything about plumbing, but I would assume like if a pipe exploded in your kitchen, it would probably flood your house. I would think if the water was flowing.
But generally, I mean,
is there no breaker like in electricity? Like
there is, but it's out by the hose bib. That's where the shutoff.
It's not
is.
an automatic.
No,
though. I mean,
no.
If there's a surge, your breaker shuts off, so your house doesn't burst into flames.
The water department loves that because
they just let it flow.
We get to bill you for that
cocksuckers.
shit. Yeah,
that's right. Because I had that
dirty bastards.
I had that broken shit in my old house, and I got like a $700 water bill. And I'm like, what the fuck?
They love it.
I don't even have a pool. I had like a tree. I was like, no, I watered my plants twice. I don't have a $700 water bill.
They love that.
It was just me and Sarah showering. Like, there's no way we have a $700 water bill.
That's just going right back to the water table. They can't wait.
Yeah. Bastard. Prick son of a bitches. So this, he follows the water into the kitchen.
Yeah.
It's all
still running.
It's just there's water all over the floor. It's running. It's just a lot of water, and he hears water running, and he can't tell is this a pipe in the wall. So he's looking behind the sink in the kitchen. Nothing. Goes in a little bit further. Finally, in the bathroom, he finds the bathtub.
Oh no!
With water running, overflowing
a lot,
and the water is just flowing out of the bathtub enough to flood the whole house. Basically,
that's terrifying.
Water's on full blast. Well, what's worse is his daughter-in-law Rachel is in the bathtub dead.
Oh no,
that's even more terrifying.
Yeah,
that's not what you want to find.
That's a bad find.
That's a bad find. Yeah, I'd rather find a busted pipe
or a dildo.
You see her and then you're like, I hope she's got a dildo. Fuck no, she's dead. Shit. I hope I was hoping she zoned out in ecstasy. I just was like, couldn't take it and just like was comatose for like 15 minutes. The most powerful orgasm in history. In the water, she forgot to turn the water off. I got to shake her. Rachel. She pops up. Oh, God. Oh, it throws her dildo to the side. I'm sorry. Oh, Jesus. How'd you get... Oh, no. No, nothing like that. It's she's actually deceased in here, this poor woman, which, like I said, not good. She's in her late 20s, this woman. She's got children. This is not normal. This isn't like a 75-year-old woman at a heart attack or a 90-year-old woman. This is a young lady in a bathtub. This is a problem. So he calls the sheriff and the ambulance and 911 basically, and they take her the ambulance. They take her to the hospital where they're trying to resuscitate her. So if with water, there's brain damage, but you can bring people back because they don't know how long she's been under there. They don't know how long it's happened.
3 minutes. It could be a minute.
I assume for water to flow through the house and out of the garage and through the house all the way out the garage, and then for the neighbor to call somebody, him to come over. It sounds like she's been in there a long time.
The call adds so much more time.
It's going to be, because
that's a drive. Guy's got to put his shoes on.
It's what I mean. Got to get in his car, go in, leave. He might have had to leave work. We have no idea.
He may have forgotten his wallet, had to go back. We don't know.
Stopped off for coffee.
We don't know.
We have no idea. So I mean, he could have stopped off for an Egg McMuffin. He said, that's the goddamn water. It's their problem. Turn your goddamn water off, you assholes.
Stop to check the price on dildos.
You never know. You know what? The dildo market, you got to check it because it's the dildo market fluctuates. It really fluctuates. It's a commodity, really. I mean,
it's a luxury
item. It's
item.
Like a pork future, except dildos. My dildo futures are working well today.
Luxury items fluctuate all the time. You never know, because if it's a bad economy, they might drop real low.
You have the commodities market in Chicago, you have the stock market in New York, and then you have the dildo trade in Haiti. I believe that's where that's from. The Haitian dildo market. So
Jesus.
Yeah, they take her there. They can't resuscitate her though. Rachel has passed away here. So that's terrible. Obviously, this is children without a mother, young lady that's dying here.
Husband with no wife.
Husband with no wife. This is not good stuff
Single
at all.
Father, that's a tough life.
That's a tough life. And this poor woman, I mean, no one wants to drown in their 20s unless, who knows we don't know if she might have taken pills and done this or whatever. Let's find out what happened here. So, later that day, as we'll talk about, basically, there's a detective here named Lauren Bashore. He's the lead detective in this investigation, and he's got a detective Bayless, who I hope has no relation to Skip, because I would assume he would be completely worthless and not good at his job if he was. So they are dispatched to the scene, and they do a little look around. They'll do a little looky-loo, and it's there's not much to look at. It's a bunch of water. They look around, they see her in the tub, and that's it. So they're like, okay, the only other thing to do is talk to the guy who was here because otherwise we don't know shit. So the one detective directs the detective Bayless to go find Philip, the husband here, and bring him downtown and talk about the death of his wife. Let's talk to the husband and see what the fuck he knows here.
Also, Philip, where the fuck are your kids?
That's the other thing. Hopefully at school or maybe, I don't know where they're sit or something. Anyway. So, this Detective Bayless finds Philip Parks at the hospital, that he was called to say that his wife is there. Yeah. And the detective told him that he was needed downtown to discuss what had happened, with his wife. And he said, quote, that I would like for him, told him that I would like for you to accompany me, is what he said downtown to talk about this. So, it's not real clear about, that's a weird, I'd like you to accompany me downtown and talk about your wife. Do you need my help?
Right.
Are you suspecting me? What are we talking about?
Is this a Bob Seger song? Are you asking me out on a date?
Is this like,
do you love me now?
Are we going to go in the backwoods with my 60 Chevy? What are we doing?
Did you buy his and his dildos?
I think, how many dildos do you have at your house?
Is this a double-sided situation?
See over under on a double-sided. You think we can work this out or what?
The double-sided, does that count as one?
I think that's one. No, I think they count by the head. So I'm going to go with you go by the head.
I got 30-headed dildo.
Yeah, it's like cattle. If you had a 2-headed cattle, I think that's
two cattle.
2 cattle, right? It's 2-head cattle. There's only one sirloin, but it's 2-headed cattle. That's why I think head is a bad way to put it.
2-headed dildo.
2-headed dildo. I got me about 55-headed dildo.
It's only about 7 shafts.
Yeah. Now that include.
I got one look like a tire iron.
Oh boy! Now I got one I use for parties. It's got about 7-8 heads on it, and I can invite my friends over.
Call that the octopus. Call that the coctopus.
We call that the swing set because everybody's welcome to come on board, but you do need somebody to give you a little push, if you know what I mean. Now,
holy shit.
Besides that, so this guy is asked, trim up your pucker brush, grab your dildos, and head on down the station, fella. Come on down with me.
Someday you'll accompany me.
You're going to accompany me. Sounds like he's asking him to a dance, doesn't it?
It does.
Would you... excuse me, sir.
Listen.
Now, I'm sorry. I'm terribly nervous, sir. Would you accompany me to the winter snowball dance, please?
The patrolman's fall fest.
It's the big year. It's a formal. So I mean, it's black tie. So I would
shine your hush puppies.
You know what I mean? But no pressure. I mean, it's just a bunch of the fellers going to be down there. It's going to be a nice little spread. They got them weenies in a blanket. You know what I mean? Them things. There's a little stuff like that. Appetizers.
Then the ones in the barbecue.
You know what I'm saying? Because I like them sometimes too. There's little appetizers, stuff like that. I mean, there's a bar. It's a cash bar, but you know, they ain't going to gouge on prices.
Funniest part about that is I am nervous.
I'm a little bit.
I am terribly nervous.
I'm terribly nervous. He's approaching. He doesn't know. He doesn't want to be rejected. Yeah. I'm getting in character.
Chirping over his own feet.
Of this nervous sheriff. He's very nervous. He's
trying to walk through being gay with somebody.
He's like, listen here, fella.
This shit doesn't go down in Dodge City, but over around here around Hutchinson, I can tell you.
This is a big step for me, all right? Now, just if you could just be quiet and let me finish what I'm saying. Because I got to get it out. I've been planning it for a long time now. I think you're a handsome fella, and I've been looking at you for a while, and I like the way you dress. I think you're sharp. I like the way you keep your truck and your lawn. Now, I was wondering if you'd accompany me to the snowball. Now, it's formal. I ain't going to lie, so you're going to have to get dressed up, but you ain't got to dance or nothing. I mean, we'll just hang out and eat them weenies I told you about.
And then afterwards,
I mean, we could go down to the Dairy Queen and pick up a Blizzard, or go up to the point where you just look out at the blank flat space.
And if you're into it, listen, I do know where there's a bomb shelter.
I know a bomb shelter.
Full of used rubbers and broken glass.
I got dildos all in the trunk. I mean, we're all right. So. He does. Would you like me to accompany, or I'd like you to accompany me is very, like I said, it's a weird way to put it.
Invitation to be deposed? I don't know.
And it is because it's a very strategic way of saying it, because the cop can't say you have to come with me. I mean, he can say come. A lot of times he'll just go come with me and hope the guy doesn't call him on it.
Yeah.
Because if you say come with me and he says no, unless he's under arrest, he doesn't have to come with you. He can say, go fuck yourself. I don't have to come with you. So there's one of those things. So I would like you to accompany me as a way of saying, hey, you want to come on down, make it sound almost like a friendly invitation. Right. So that way it's not legally, you're not trying to, and that way he is there's less chance he'll go, fuck you, I'm not, and then you have that challenge of whatever. Yeah. I'd like you to accompany me. And then if you go, well, how come? You can go, I just want to talk to you, blah, blah, blah. You can make it sound more casual. So Philip here, though, seems to be feeling this out because he doesn't. He asks, "Well, can I drive my own truck down there, or like, what's the deal?" And the detective tells him that no, you can ride with me, and we'll take care of getting the vehicle to you. Right there, I'm like,
nope, I ain't going anywhere.
No, I'll take my own truck and I'll come down there when I'm ready, like, or something, or whatever. I don't know. I guess if you're trying to be cooperative and if you're innocent, you're gonna say, well, fuck yeah, I want to go help these people figure out what happened to my wife. And if
that's good,
and if you're guilty, I would assume you'd probably also be like, I better act like I want these people to find out what happened to my wife. So either way, I think you probably.
What's the right answer there?
It's a tough one. He says, can I drive my own truck? They said no. So he gets into the officer's car. Now, they don't say, but I'm very curious of where he got into the officer's car. Because if I'm him, I am not sitting in that back seat.
No,
I'm getting in the front. I'm grabbing that front. No, I'm sitting up. Yeah, we're going to stop it.
Well, that's for criminals back
We're stopping at McDonald's and everything. Like, we're fucking.
That shit back there's for fucking people who did shit.
You're going to let me, like, flick the siren on and off and shit and scare the hell out of people walking down the street.
Grab the PA. I'm going to make fun of some people. I'm going to have an open mic.
We're gonna have fun with this shit. Yeah, this is not
Pull
okay.
over. Ha just joking.
Hey,
bye.
All right. Bye later. So they take him to the police station where they meet the other detective, Bashore, and they start the interrogation at 8:20 a.m., which is, wow, that's an early interrogation.
Excessively early.
Can we move this up to like after lunch?
Yeah.
This interrogation. It's very.
I'd like my body to be functioning by that.
Let's push this back a drop, So the detective here, he said that basically he said it's really weird here because once he gets down there, he's like, why am I here and do I have to be down here?
Yeah.
And they said, then they start getting into, well, I didn't say you had to be down here. I just asked you to accompany me.
Cool. Got to run then.
So it gets into that though, where it's like they're trying to act like, hey man, you're not a suspect, even though you're really not free to leave, sort of. And I drove you in my own car down here, but
lonely?
It's all fine. And then he's trying to act like it's totally cool. I want to help you guys out, but also, are you trying to arrest me at the same time? So it's a weird feel out period. Whenever there's a spouse death like this, there's always this weird feel out that we see between the person they may or may not suspect.
Well, first off, the husband,
usually
right away.
And it's always that. And so I don't know. He says that the cop though later on will say that they say like, what if he asked to go home? What would you have said? And he goes, I don't know what I would have said at that point.
He didn't
even get that fucking far. Like that's how, I don't even know if that's an experience on that point or you're just trying to wing it but he was just like, I was just hoping he'd go with it. And if he didn't, I'd be like, I don't know then, fella. Like, what would they have done? Yeah, what would they have done?
You're a slick one.
Oh, shit. All right, then.
Got me.
All right, then. Well, you want to go to the movies later? Would you accompany me to the drive-in?
I'm going to call them fancy L.A. boys and find out what they would have done.
That's what I'm saying. So he says that, he didn't know. He said he would have had to have maybe consult with the county attorney.
Yeah.
Like, would you accompany me? No. Hold on 1 minute. I got to make a phone call.
Would you accompany me?
I need someone to accompany me. I can't go alone. It's the snowball. It'll be embarrassing. Everybody else going to have somebody. It's bad enough I ain't got a wife. So, Jesus Christ. Now,
how hard it is being gay in this town.
God damn it. Jesus Christ. Nobody, I know there's other gay people. They ain't admitting it. It's Kansas, goddamn.
There's no Target. There's no Home Goods.
It can't go anywhere.
The sewer is dangerous.
Can't go nowhere. Go down to the salt mines. Nobody wants to find somebody you find down there. It's just dirty. So,
they don't even like gay guys down there.
No,
calling me all kind of names.
I thought that was the place to go. I thought that was the gay bar in town. I was like, the salt mine sounds good to me. Good. And then I got there and I was like, nope.
This ain't it.
Nope. It's a bunch of kids with little baggies of salt. I was like, all right, cocaine. Oh, shit. So the other detective says later on that he could have left if he wanted to. He wasn't there. He wasn't under arrest, which that's the legal thing. They couldn't have kept him there if he didn't want to be there. Right. If he's not under arrest, he's, arrest the guy. He did ask to use a phone to call an attorney. Philip Parks does. He says, I'd like to use a phone to call an attorney. Now, there's a phone in the room. They're in the police station. This is a police station that doesn't have take him in interrogation B.
Make him pay for it.
It doesn't have that.
Yeah.
It's not like The Wire where there's separate interrogation rooms with a little metal table that none of that shit. Yeah. He brought him in the police station and sat him down at his desk where he's got pictures of his kids and his fucking whiteout thing and all that shit. And he sat there and he said, "So, feller, let me ask you." So he says, rather than use the phone that's right there, instead, the detective Beshore takes him into the county attorney's office to make the call, which is very weird. I don't know why you would do that. I don't know if it
in his office,
into the county attorney's office,
just to make the call. Conference complex, office complex.
I guess they share the office with the county attorney. They're all in there together. But
is the county attorney sitting there?
That's what I'm trying to figure out, and I could never figure out whether the county attorney's sitting there or if the county attorney's. I don't know if the police line is monitored, maybe, or
it seems like a phone call I want to have in private.
That's what I mean. I don't know if that's why they took him in. It's very strange, but the county attorney wasn't in at the time.
Okay.
He's not in the room. And they ended up going back to, they didn't let him use the phone because the county attorney wasn't there, which is weird. So instead they take him back to the office, and then Philip gives the cop the phone number, and the cop dials the phone for him, and then gives him there. So he then takes it back. So they're still talking to him. He's not told that he's free to leave until about 11 a.m. when they're done interrogating him.
So 3 hours.
Once they're done, I'm calling it an interrogation. They could say they were talking to him and trying to find shit out. But
visit, whatever.
It was an interrogation, and they don't tell him he's free to leave until about 11 a.m., which is after the interrogation's over, when he's been there for 2.5 hours. Now, granted, they don't have to say, "Hey, you're free to leave." He never asked to leave. So for them, it's one of those things like they'll sit there and talk to him as long as they'll fucking talk to him.
Right.
Why would they, why would they say, "Hey, by the way, you're free to leave at any time if you want to"? But at the same time, if he's a suspect and there's a Miranda thing, so it's all getting complicated here. So, they ended up, the detectives then leave for a little bit. They go to the house where Rachel was found, their house, the Parks' home. And they talk to Philip's father, who found Rachel.
Yeah.
They talk to Mary Jackson, the next door neighbor, and they talk to her husband, and they both say they saw water coming out of the house. And then this was like right after, basically like Philip left, and then a few minutes later they saw the water.
Oh.
So it was not much.
There was a lot of water in that house.
There was a lot of water in the house. Like he had to have made sure.
Yeah. He had to have wet socks getting in his car.
That's what I mean. It wasn't long enough to where it was like, it would have had to have been a couple hours or something.
Yeah.
It wasn't long enough to where he left before water was turned on, and then,
he knew.
That's what I mean. It would take, because fill up a bathtub. How long does that take?
Probably 20, 30 minutes.
It takes fucking forever to fill up a bathtub.
If you got a big tub.
Yeah.
Not even a big tub.
Just a tub that a human being can fit into. It takes 20 minutes, a half hour. So either way, just to fill the tub, and then for it to spill over, and then for it to flow all through the house, carpeting, soaking it up, so that's less there, and then going all the way out to a garage, through that and out that door. We're talking.
That's lots of water.
That's an hour.
That's thousands
of running
of
water. Yeah, it's an hour of running water at least, and that's a low estimate, I would say. So, I mean, I don't know much about flowing water, but that just seems logically.
That's a lot of water, man.
If it takes 20 minutes to fill the tub up, you're going to need at least another tub full of water and then another one. It's at least an hour.
I fell asleep in my mother's shower with my hip over the drain, drunk in a fucking shower. So it's just a low thing with a I don't know, half inch
with the
to an
lip.
inch lip.
Yeah, the little lip.
I fell asleep in there for 30 minutes to 45 minutes, passed out drunk.
Yeah,
fall asleep,
that's sorry
passed out
shit
drunk,
right there.
Whatever. In my mom's house. Yeah, that's pretty sad.
Yeah, no one does that sober.
No. That's
no one
very
sleeps
rare.
on a shower floor sober.
I woke up.
A bathtub. You weren't supposed to be sitting. That's the point I'm getting.
It's not a big bathroom. It's maybe, 8 by 10. It's a little place. And I got out. It's smaller than that. It's probably 6 by 8, huh? I don't know.
I don't fucking know. You're looking at me. I don't know how big
is the bathroom.
How big is your mom's bathroom? I have no idea.
James, how big is my mom's bathroom that you've never been
what?
in?
I mean, like, I don't know. Shit. Jimmy, let me talk about it. We're always at your mom's house hanging out in her bathroom.
I'll bet it's 6 by 8.
Probably.
Point is,
now, Jimmy, I'm going to go with 8 by 10. As a matter of fact, I think you're underselling this bathroom a little bit. How many dildos are over there? Let me ask you that much.
That's a good question, too. So I fell asleep in there 20, 30 minutes, maybe tops. I got up, went down the hallway. I cleaned up the bathroom real fast. Then I got out in the hallway, all carpet, mind you. 8 feet in either direction was soaked. That's it.
Oh, my God, yeah.
And that's not a tub, mind you.
That's
just
filling
a
the whole
shower.
thing. So this had to be on a
This
while.
had to be a lot of water.
That's what I'm saying. And that's what the police are saying, too, where it's not enough time for her to be like, bye, honey, I'm going to take a bath now, him leave, and then, that's all happen. That's all go down. So they're trying to set up the timeline, and they're also trying to set up the timeline of when the father came there, and they're trying to set up, because you can turn the faucet on and find out exactly how long shit'll take. Yeah. This is how long this many gallons takes, and they can figure out the thing, and it won't take a lot of math to figure out how long the water was on, is what I'm getting at. So they
Hey everybody, just going to take a quick break from the show to tell you about a healthy, delicious item, Hero Bread. And we're both trying to get healthier this new year. Jimmy had a eye-opening doctor's appointment and things like that. So we're trying to get healthier, and I'm telling you right now, this Hero Bread is a good step in this direction. It's delicious, and it is really good for you, and it's really excellent. They have the sliced bread is good, the bagels, the tortillas. I know you've been
they're terrific.
Ranting about the tortillas. They're so good. With Hero Bread, you can focus on your health goals and still indulge in the soft, fluffy experience you love, but guilt-free. I really love the little Hawaiian rolls, too.
Yeah.
They're so good. They're so good. The Hawaiian rolls, they're legit. They're fluffy. Yeah. They're exactly how you want them to be. You'd never know it's low-carb and high-fiber bread from the texture. You get the soft, fluffy experience you know and love with your savory breakfast sandwich, late-night grilled cheese, Taco Tuesday. Do it. Yeah. No compromises, just flavor, ultra-low net carbs, 0 grams of sugar, high in fiber. It's fantastic. Hero Bread is offering 10% off your order. Go to hero.co and use the code SmallTownMurder at checkout. That's SmallTownMurder at HERO.co.
And now back to the show.
Hey everybody, just going to take a quick break from the show and tell you all sorts of good stuff about Chime. That's what I'm talking about. There's so many extra fees you have to pay in life. Everything. You go to the airline, there's an extra ticket on that. There's extra fee on every fees and fees, hotels, fees, all this type of stuff. We're trying to make progress, and the next thing you know, here comes another fee coming at you, and it's more money than you expected, and your whole math is thrown off, and it's awful. Learn more at chime.com/smalltownmurder. Chime is great with that stuff. I mean, you can't beat if your things are a little tight, especially around the holidays or after the holidays. Yeah. You need that money a couple days early, or you go grocery shopping. You got a car payment due. There's so many things that don't cross over exactly how you want them to cross over. Make progress toward a better financial future with Chime. Open your account in 2 minutes at chime.com/smalltownmurder. That's chime.com/smalltownmurder. Feels like progress. Banking services and debit cards provided by Bancorp Bank N.A. or Stride Bank N.A., members FDIC. Spot me eligibility requirements and overdraft limits apply. Boosts are available to eligible Chime members enrolled in Spot Me and are subject to monthly limits. Timing depends on submission of payment file. Fees apply at out-of-network ATMs.
And now back to the show.
Need to find out times. They talked to Jennifer. Jennifer is his 6-year-old daughter. They have he has a 6-year-old daughter, and I believe she has a child too, but neither of them were married before, but they have kids. So 6-year-old daughter. Now, this is weird. The detectives talked to a 6-year-old.
I hate this.
To ask her about what's been going on with your parents' relationship. You can, first of all, you can implant anything in a 6-year-old.
Anything.
You can get them to say anything.
James, I squashed a fish at Disneyland or SeaWorld. You can get us to do fucking anything.
Literally, you can do a 6-year-old. They believe in fantastical things. Right. They believe a giant bunny comes and gives them chocolate.
James,
like,
a weird, that's like everybody, you know what I mean?
one.
Because you go to school and you talk about that.
Yeah.
They believe that somebody comes in and takes their teeth out from underneath their pillow and leaves them
and
money.
Saves them.
That's the craziest
Pays
one.
them for. They believe this, and they believe that their parents would be okay with this.
Right.
No, it's just...
No, come on and take body parts from my child.
It's a ghoul.
Right.
It's sort of like a... They don't need the door open. They can just go through walls. It's just this ghoul, and they're going to come into your room, hover above you. No, be right next to your head. So close they'll be under your pillow, you won't even know it because you're sleeping. And they're going to take it, and they're going to leave you money, which is even creepier.
Well, they have your body parts.
Not a prize
DNA.
or a toy.
They can frame you for murder.
Or a thank you card. A fucking $1, which is just creepy. The whole thing, that's what I mean, a 6-year-old you does not reliable.
$1, you rich fuck.
Yeah. 6-year-old is not reliable testimony.
No.
We'll put it that way.
No.
So they're just talking to the 6-year-old, and they ascertain from Jennifer, young little Jennifer, poor little girl who just, lost somebody. This is crazy, that her parents were, quote, having some problems.
That sounds like kid language.
What is a fuck? Yeah. You know what? Things were a little tough lately.
Kid lit a cigarette and was like, I'll take a brandy. Yeah. Listen, they've been having some problems. It's been rough around there. He roughs her up and shit.
My dad's quarterly review at work didn't go well. He came home a little upset. Now, my mother, she's been having some problems. She thinks it might be... She might need a hysterectomy is what I'm getting at. She's having some issues in there. She's some uterine issues.
Tell me more, little buddy.
Her fallopian tubes are about to fall out. So with that said, also they just put a second mortgage on the house. Now I told them, I said that 4.9%, you're out of your fucking mind.
That's crazy.
I said, that's going to be nuts, but they told me that this is a good deal. They said the guy is telling them that the market's going to go. I don't know. We'll put it I don't know.
The point is, we're house poor.
He doesn't. You should hear the advice I give him about his 401k. You think he fucking listens to me? So, you know what I mean? Like, I don't need to hear this shit. So basically, what I'm getting at is all these things add up, and they're having some problems.
What is this, E&J?
Yeah.
You don't have anything better?
Having some problems.
Having some problems.
Do mommy and daddy fight ever? That's what you'd say.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, do they ever argue? I mean, even back and forth, they disagree, maybe, blah, blah. That's how you would talk to a 6-year-old, and they go, yeah, because they, whatever you ask them, they think that you want to hear yeah.
Right. Or no. That's
or
it.
no. And if you lead them toward, do they do that?
Right.
Yeah.
You ever see mommy bleed because daddy over and over?
Well, that's not even the thing. Just are they having some problems? Would be like, do you ever see them argue?
Right.
Does daddy ever get upset and then mommy gets upset? Because adults never argue.
Right.
Like, I mean, adult humans that live together and share bank accounts never argue.
A problem to a 6-year-old is he shit his pants. So asking a kid, do your parents have problems? My 6-year-old would have been like, yeah, daddy has problems all the time.
All the time. Jesus. Well, like an argument between for a 6-year-old would be like, well, mommy wanted to watch this show and daddy wanted to watch this show, so they're having problems. They're having problems because to them that would be like you can't get along with that person. If I want to watch SpongeBob and you want to watch, it's like we can't get along. Obviously, this is
and as a kid,
irreconcilable
your
differences.
Dad's constantly asking, "What's your problem?
What's your problem? Everybody's got a problem.
Right?
What's his problem? What's our problem? What's your goddamn problem?
They've got problems all the time.
Yeah. So they on the basis of that, they were like, okay, so we have some water and we have some problems from a 6-year-old. We don't have a lot to go on here as far as physical evidence or anything else goes. So they decided that this was not sufficient to constitute probable cause at the time. So they're like, okay, so this is when they this is all happened. This is when they said, go get him from the hospital and bring him here. Maybe he'll say something stupid. So they bring him in, and all they could say about him was that he was suspicious.
Well, yeah.
Okay. So now this is what the police have. They have a drowned woman. They have a guy saying that I left and she was fine. Right. And they have a 6-year-old saying some problems and the husband seems suspicious.
Right.
That's all they have.
And a neighbor saying he just left and now there's water. But
and her time period though, you're depending.
Timeline's a little sketchy.
You're depending on someone who didn't look at the clock when he left and look at the clock. But that's the other thing too. You're depending on someone who just was in her house coat, cleaning her Tupperware and dildos, looking out the window and like, oh, there he goes, and then saw some water.
Where was your mind, lady?
That's what I mean.
Right.
Exactly. I mean, when you're
How lonely are you?
Yeah, when you're
daydreaming.
When your dildos are that, when you have that many, you have a lot to do, and it's hard to pay attention to
Did
other
the hands on the clock look like dildos? Is that how?
Where was the big dildo? Where was the black one? Tell me where the black one. Yeah, okay. That was on the 5, and the little dildo was where?
What about that medium fast ticking one? Where was that?
Where was that? Where was that guy? Where was he? So, Jesus Christ. Where was the big dildo? It's on the 5. So that's when they said he seems suspicious. So now they have suspicious and some problems, which is not really,
it's pretty vague,
probable cause at this point. Yeah. So now the county attorney sits down and interviews Mary Jackson. They keep interviewing this neighbor like she's got more to say. You've got all she has to say. Saw him leave, saw some water, called that guy.
All gleaned.
Then I'm out. See why you don't talk to your fucking neighbors or pay attention? I'm doing a nice thing. Guess what you are now? You're talking to cops, county attorneys, all. You know who you could have been talking to? Nobody. You could have been looking out the window going, wonder what's going on next door. There's a cop car there, an ambulance. That's weird.
I'm going to close these blinds. There's some crazy shit out there.
When I get the mail, I'll ask the cop what's happening. That's it. Then I'll go back the fucking side. I'll see if I can overhear something. I don't even know if I'll ask about it.
The questions will be coming from me, not from them.
Oh, this seems like fucked up. This will be on the local news. And you go inside. That's it.
I'll see this later.
I'll see it in the paper tomorrow. Whatever the case may be.
Up later. Is that what was going on there?
Yeah, this is why you don't pay attention to your neighbors or find out who their fathers are and have their phone numbers. Jesus Christ, what an idiot. So anyway, he said basically, he said based on the county attorney, based on talking to Mary Jackson, based on her seeing him leave and then later seeing water, the least witness of any witness here, he says that he thinks there's more than sufficient evidence to establish probable cause based on talking to him, based on talking to her, just based on the water thing. He's going to go, well, definitely he did it. So, slam dunk.
Let's do it.
Let's do it here. So
life without.
And this is the other thing, though. He didn't say this to either detective that morning because he determined this during the interrogation. But then he talked to the detectives and never said, like, I talked to Mary Jackson. I think we're fine. I think we're going to arrest this guy. He just ends up, the guy goes at 11 o'clock and with the county attorney convinced that he's, going to be charged here at some point. So he ends up being charged with murder. Okay. They do charge him with murder here. County attorney does. Now, he gives his statements too are, he does give up a prop. They give him a Miranda warning before they talk to him. He does voluntarily say what he says. Yeah. But he didn't say, he didn't say that he killed her or anything like that. He just gave his statement that seems like a lie about the water, which kind of ties him into a lie, which once you're lying about something, then it looks like you did it.
The story's questionable, but it doesn't make him a goddamn murderer.
It's tough. If he did do this, he did it in a way that's pretty tough to prove because they found she's not strangled.
There's no bruises.
She's not bruised. She's not strangled. She's not beaten. She's not drugged. She's not poisoned. Bones. She's not none of this shit. She's just drowned.
Okay.
So, I mean,
Whitney Houston.
That's what I'm saying. But at least Whitney Houston was full of fucking drugs.
Right.
She drowned because she passed out.
Right.
This is just a healthy 27-year-old woman drowned.
No drugs, no booze.
Just drowned.
Oh, that's
just a 27-year-old woman that drowned in the tub.
Generally doesn't happen.
It's not normal. But I mean, they're saying, was she a fucking narcoleptic all of a sudden? Or I mean, was she
have a seizure?
Does she have a seizure? Yeah, they're looking for anything like that, but they can't find anything. And also, it's 1978.
Right.
So we don't know how good she might have had a fucking aneurysm and they just didn't see it or something. We have no idea. But anyway, either way, we'll talk about it, what we think happened here. It'll become more clear later, I feel like, in this episode. This is one of those episodes, by the way, don't turn it off when you think it's over because it ain't fucking over. We'll put it that way. There's more to come.
Right.
So he says that he was there. He does say, though, he takes right away, he's saying that any statements he made should be suppressed because that he was detained without probable cause. He's calling a Fourth Amendment violation here right off the start. He's saying that he felt that he was involuntarily detained. He felt like would you accompany me to the station, and not being able to drive his own car, having to go in a cop car, meant that he was in custody, which
Sounds like it.
That's what I mean. If you're helping, then you can drive your own car. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's great to offer me a ride, but you go, I'll drive. I'm good. And they go, oh, no, you drive with me. We'll get your car here. That just seems like...
Do they insist? Is that what that is?
That's what I'm saying. If it's insistent, I feel like it's like, no, once he said, can I drive? And he said, nah, you ride with me. I feel like at that point...
You should have just said... that we're surely going to be using this against you. You know what I mean? We're investigating.
So the state says that they're going to say he was not detained involuntarily. He voluntarily came to the sheriff's office, the whole deal. They said that he, basically that he felt that the court hears a bunch of shit, and they say that he was basically his statements of when and where when he lied was what puts him in here. Okay. That's what they're going to go on. This is a very thin murder case.
Yeah, it is.
Dead wife. He lied about times.
All right.
So he did it.
Enough.
Like, I mean, Jesus Christ.
That ain't enough.
OJ wouldn't even, the trial would have lasted a day, for Christ's sake there. So, I mean, this is not a lot. So the court ends up, he's up for murder. The only thing that's holding him there is this statement. The court ends up deciding that basically that the county attorney's information that he had from Mary Jackson for some reason that he said was enough to hold him, that had not been given to the detectives yet. So the detectives had no reason to hold him and interrogate him, is what they're saying, voluntarily or not. And they said that he felt like he was not there voluntarily. So they throw out his statement. The court throws out a statement.
That's good.
So the state goes, well, fuck, that's the whole case.
That's it.
That's all we have. Yeah. So the state appeals this.
Oh, Jesus.
So they have to appeal to try to get the statement back in. And it's crazy. They're calling, I have all of these citing these cases of this and that. And but the court says the burden of proof is on the state to show the admissibility of the statement, if there's a motion to suppress. And, basically they didn't do that. So even the appeals court affirms that.
Okay.
And the state does not know what the fuck to do. So they dismiss the charges.
Good.
Without prejudice.
Good.
Dismissed.
You can't do that.
No, it's dismissed. So
it's the American Constitution, goddammit.
Philip Parks goes free. Okay. So at that point, it's like whether he killed his wife, didn't kill his wife, it really doesn't fucking matter because they didn't have any proof of anything to do that. So time goes on. Yeah. This is 1981. Yeah. This whole thing goes on for 3 years. Where he's held in jail.
78 to 81.
Yeah, he's held in jail, going back and forth.
Oh my God, he's held in jail the whole time.
Well, yeah, it's murder. It's a murder charge, so he's in jail, no bail, and he's there, and he's fighting this, and he gets his statement thrown out, but then there's an appeal, so he has to wait that out.
Ruins his fucking life.
And so he finally, after 1981, comes along, and that's when it's thrown out for good. The state finally, and in July of 81, dismisses the charges. Yeah. And he's free to go.
Okay.
So he sticks around Kansas for a little bit, but then ends up moving to New Mexico. Which I don't know. If I'm him, I'm probably getting the fuck out of Dodge too here, and I mean that literally. Yeah, I'm taking off.
It's probably close, huh?
Yeah, I'm getting the fuck out of here. Yeah. Like it's first of all, if I didn't do it, everybody here thinks I killed my wife.
The whole town hates me.
Who I loved, and she died, which is the worst thing that could happen to you, other than your kid dying. So it's like you would feel that would be the worst thing. If your loved one dies and everyone thinks you did it and you didn't do it, that has to be the worst thing on earth.
Right.
Not only did you lose them, but everybody doesn't even take your mourning seriously, and they say you did it. That has to be horrible.
It's terrible.
So and if you did do it, that's just uncomfortable.
Yeah.
If you are a murderer and you killed your wife.
It's hard to keep that charade up.
And everyone's going around and you're like, I'm so sad. And they're like, yeah, fuck you, buddy. You ain't sad. Like, no one wants to be around there.
It's an awfully big, sad smile.
Yeah. So Philip moves on, and Philip ends up being married a total of 5 times.
Good Lord.
He gets married 4 more times in the next 12 years.
Jesus. Phillip.
Which he's averaging a marriage every 3 years, which is too many marriages.
It's a bad batting average.
That's what I mean. That's right about there. You're talking about, dude, if a guy, I'm sorry, I don't care. I mean, people,
guy or woman.
I've been married. I mean? I've been married twice. It's fine. And, things happen to people.
I will be married twice eventually.
That's what I mean. It happens, one of those things. But like,
Five's a lot.
Well, 5, if you're 80, I could see it.
Yeah.
Let's say you got married when you were 20, you get divorced when you're 32, and you tried again and it didn't work out, and then maybe somebody died, and then you got married again when you're 60, but then they died when when you were 72, and then you meet some other old man, and you guys are gonna whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
I could see it if you're like 86 and it's your 5th marriage. You're like, whatever. Like, you could have outlived 3 of these people.
But maybe this guy knows it. Maybe he looks in the mirror every day and goes, Philip, you're a real dick. You know that? You realize that? 5? Really? 5?
But
because my dad's 50. No, he's 60. He's been married 7 times. He knows he's the problem.
That's a lot.
He knows it's him.
That's a lot.
He's pretty sure it's him.
But what about
he's convinced?
By age 40?
By 40? No, I think maybe.
5?
God damn it, maybe. It may have been 6.
Let me ask you this: did one of them drown in a tub, and he spent 3 years fighting the statements being suppressed in court?
Didn't happen.
So he had those 3 years. He didn't even have 3 of these years.
Right.
So from like 82, let's say, to 93, he's married 4 more times.
Yeah,
which is a lot.
That is a lot.
It's a lot of marrying.
Good Lord.
That is some emotionally unstable behavior.
And even if he's doing very well financially, 4, that's a lot of bad weddings too. Ugly ones.
Well, only someone who's doing very well financially wouldn't have been married 5 times because they would have learned their lesson after twice, or they would have been
probably knocking
broke by now.
Happiness.
Broke people can get divorced 5 times because they have nothing to take from each other.
Yeah, Right.
So it's fine.
That's a damn good point.
It's true.
Yeah,
it is. They just have nothing. Just like you go your way, I'll go my way. There's no financial.
You take the couch, I'll take the microwave. See you around.
No financial tentacles whatsoever.
Best of luck.
Whatever. Yeah, you take what you can carry. I'll take what I can carry, and we'll leave
in this Shamrocks Farms milk crate.
We'll break this fucking lease and we'll take off. We'll break this 2-bedroom apartment lease.
My credit's fucked. We barely got it anyway. Yours too. Weird.
Fine. You know what? Fine. You get 54 dildos. I get 53. Fine. You know what? Fine. It's cool. It's cool.
That is 107.
I get it. That's what happens. So
that's how much I hate you.
Yes, that's how much it's going to happen.
One more.
One more. Take it. Yeah. Go ahead. You take the double side, and then that's going to be. There you go. So he has some problems in these marriages. Obviously, if you're married 5 times, that means 4 of them didn't go well, at least. Right. So it's one of those things. So obviously his first wife, dead in a tub, Rachel here. His second wife, their marriage ends after he forces her to the floor and this is fucked up. And stuffs a rubber ball into her mouth and into her throat.
Oh, Jesus.
That's his way of trying to stop her from breathing.
Shut up, you bitch. But I've heard enough out of you.
I feel like this is almost like a murder method, to shove a rubber ball and then take the rubber ball out.
Oh shit!
Because it's to stop their breathing, but there's no strangulation.
Holy shit!
So
James, I'm fucking horrified and terrified of you at the same time.
Yeah, that's the.
I would have never thought about that.
I was just thinking why someone would do that, and I'm like, maybe that's his way. I don't know. Maybe that's how you get someone to be knocked out and be in a tub without having any strangle marks or bruises on them or something like that. Tub. Yeah, or when they're in the tub, either one. Yeah, you could just put the ball. I don't know, but this might be his trick. But she gets away from him and divorces him. So that's
good for her.
It's his second wife.
Smart move.
Yeah, not bad. Now his third wife. This is they haven't they get married and he sounds like a dream guy right off the bat.
He's a real charmer.
He's a single dad.
Yeah.
He's got that going for him. But at the same time, who doesn't want somebody who's was in jail for 3 years, suspected of murdering his first wife and. He's on his third wife. What happened to your second wife? Oh, we just didn't get along.
Couldn't get the pen down her throat. You know what I mean?
It's a little fucking weird.
That tennis ball doesn't stick. It was a rubber ball?
A rubber ball. I'm thinking like a racket ball. Like a racket ball type. That size would fit in someone's mouth and would be smushy enough, not too smushy, but smushy enough to where you could manipulate it in there, but not squishy enough to where it would
go all the way down.
Yeah, you could hold on, but either way, it's
those get slippery though.
Also, I would think you could Heimlich that fucker out if it got stuck.
Seems like
it's a ball.
Yeah.
It would shoot right out of there. I don't know. I'm just saying. So, somehow he finds another woman. That's another thing. If you can't find someone out there, This fucking dude is finding women to marry him.
A lot
of women. Most of you, if you can't find someone, I guarantee you probably didn't like have to nearly stand trial for murder of your first wife. You probably are a better catch, is what I'm getting at, than this fucking guy.
This is 5 women that agreed to spend the rest of their lives with him.
This is
think
his
about
girlfriend.
The women, yeah, think about the ones that are like willing to spend a night with him.
That's what I mean. Who knows who this asshole found?
Jesus.
So it's crazy. So his third wife ends up leaving him as well.
Yeah.
She has a good reason, I feel like. He tried to strangle her.
It's kinky as fuck.
So he tried to strangle her, and she went, he tried to kill me, and I'm leaving now. He is charged with an assault on this one, too. Good. There's a domestic assault situation there. He has a couple of legal wranglings over the next few years as far as police being called to his house for domestic situations. Because, every wife he has, he's trying to stop their breathing in some way, shape, or form.
All of them so far.
He has a real thing about stopping their breathing, which is interesting here. I don't like this guy.
Right.
He's not a good guy here. So they could not, later on, when they're looking for her, his fourth wife cannot be tracked down somewhere. We don't know what happened. Who the fuck knows if she's
outdoors now.
She's outdoors now. We don't know if she's buried in a ditch, if she just ran to Alaska to get away from this guy and changed her fucking name and went underground. We have no idea, but she just disappeared off the face of the earth, basically, his fourth wife. So Viola Parks is the fifth wife.
Okay.
A woman named Viola. Fifth wife, Jesus Christ.
Fourth is like in hiding or something?
Fourth is, in hiding, in seclusion.
She wants nothing to do with anybody in this case.
Or fucking dead. They literally can't find her. Wow. They don't know what happened to her, so we don't know where she is. There's no record of her being dead. Him. But they're not married. Yeah, they're divorced.
Okay.
And he ends up getting married for a fifth time.
Okay.
Which is kind of incredible, if I'm being fucking honest with you. Like I said, he's, he's in his 40s here.
I mean, if you get divorced, you generally tell your next spouse how many times you've been divorced and how it led up to that.
Yeah, well,
how
that's
does this
the thing.
guy get
how do
to
you
number
say,
5?
Well, my first wife drowned in a tub. I mean, now you can play off as tragic. I went to work and I got a call.
God damn it.
I got a call, and she just blah blah blah. People,
my dad called me.
Yeah, you could see that being a very sad thing. That'd be terrible.
We got kids.
Yeah, we got poor little Jennifer, little blonde-headed Jennifer.
Questioned her. Clearly, I didn't do it. I'm out.
She looks like Jean Bonnet, guys. That's how cute she is.
She cried for days.
Adorable. I don't even put makeup on her and whore her up so older men find her attractive. Because I'm a good parent.
Number 2, she choked on a bracket ball.
On a bracket ball. You know how that goes. I'm a good shot. We were playing. Here's how it happened. We were playing. And she said, "Oh," and trying to make fun of me. At that exact moment, I returned her serve with a vigor.
Came off that wall.
Fucking
holy shit fast.
Wow. All next thing you know, I had to give her the Heimlich.
I got it out of her. She was so mad how bad I beat her racquetball. Divorced me.
That goes. And my fifth wife,
Number 3.
Or my fourth wife, just
3.
3. That's right. 4 is gone. My third wife, just a fragile.
Count like I do today.
A fragile neck on her. She just has a very fragile. You could just go, "Hey, darling," just grab on it with both hands, and she'd be like, "Ow, you're strangling me." This is really weird. Just divorcing me.
Divorce.
Sensitive neck. That's what I put.
Number
it down
4.
to.
I'm still wondering. I just signed the paperwork.
Do you know?
If you find her, let me know.
You have any idea? Maybe.
So what do you say? Marriage,
huh? So
she's in.
She's in. Yeah, that sounds good. Wow. Who is he finding? Then there's a fifth, Viola Parks. There, Viola. Jesus Christ, Viola ends up with him. Viola files for divorce in 1994. Files for divorce from him, and apparently this upsets him a little bit. And wow, oh boy, let's see here. How do we get into this here? He was basically he pins Viola down, is what her story. Pins her down and is strangling her, and at one point takes a butter knife. Okay, this is I've never seen or heard. This guy's the most original murderer I've ever heard of. Takes a butter knife and puts it up against her throat. Not like you put like in a movie, like putting a razor blade, like I'll cut the person's throat.
You put it in the center?
Like put it up to her throat, like with the point. It's a butter knife, so the rounded point up to her, like he's going to stab her in the throat. And then hits it with his fist.
Wow.
He starts punching the butter knife to drive it into her throat. Okay, that's his plan.
That is fucking painful.
And ridiculous, and really not a good way to murder anybody.
No.
Really just an awful way to murder.
The sharpest thing in the house.
That's what I mean. That's his way of murdering somebody.
Whoa.
A butter knife punched into her throat. That's not even like a...
God.
I don't even know what the fuck... Why would you do that?
Okay.
So he's hitting it with his fist as it's jabbing into her throat.
Yeah.
She eventually, as this is going on, because he pinned her with his knees like on her arms and shit. She eventually bites him.
Yeah.
When his hand comes too close to her mouth, she gets a hold of one of his fingers.
Nice.
And bites the fuck out of him until he kind of lets off for a second.
Yeah.
And she gets out of there and runs away with a fucking butter knife sticking out of her throat.
He got it in.
Oh, he was punching it with a fist. If I punch a butter knife into your throat, it's going in there.
What the fuck is happening?
So, she survives.
Okay.
But,
this
is fucked up, this poor woman. The knife in there was constricted an artery while it was in there. And it constricted an artery enough to impede the blood flow to the point where
she lost a limb,
where it caused a stroke.
Oh, Jesus!
So she had a stroke while this was going on, while she was trying to get to the hospital and all this, leaving her left side about half paralyzed.
Oh no!
So for the rest of her life, this woman is droopy on one side.
Wow!
Because of this guy's fucking butter knife.
I didn't even know that was possible.
If you said to me, this woman's half paralyzed, what do you think happened? That would be the last thing I'd say.
Heart attack?
I don't know. Husband pinned her down, punched a butter knife in her throat so she had a stroke, and now she's paralyzed, right? That's what happens, right? That's normal.
I would have guessed so many things.
The last fucking thing you'd expect is what happened.
I'd never guess it. I'd never know.
Because I've never heard of it before. It's fucking crazy. Have you ever heard of it before?
No.
So, Jesus Christ, while this is going on, while he is apparently jabbing this into her throat, he's also talking shit to her, complaining that she wouldn't die fast enough. Okay. Like literally, like, what the fuck, man? Like, that's how she said he was acting.
Shit to do.
Like literally, like, you're just such a fucking pain in the ass. Well, you don't even die fast. You're just, it takes you forever to get ready. Everywhere we go, you don't even die quick. That's the type of crazy we're talking about here. Now, he also made some other statements while he was doing that. Statements that I guess you would make if you didn't think this person was going to live through what you were doing here. Like I said, she filed, this is 2 days after she filed for divorce from him. This ends up happening here. Wow, this is fucked up, man. She said, oh, Jesus. She says that, while he was up there, like I said, he's telling her that she didn't die fast enough. And then he's punching the butter knife, and he says, "I'm going to kill you like I killed Rachel."
Oh no!
He literally said,
"Oh boy,
I'm going to kill you like I killed Rachel."
Oh shit!
So not terrific. Like I said, you probably wouldn't say that to somebody like that you thought was going to live.
Right.
So not only is she a slow dyer, she has a good memory, and she remembers when you say that you killed your first wife.
Did they find any Faberware in his fucking
I believe,
first wife? There was no rusty knife, nothing, right?
Nothing. No, none of that shit. There was no anything. But he said, "I'm going to kill you like I killed her." Though
you're not doing it like you killed her. You're doing it weird.
Yeah, well,
this is a weird way of killing somebody.
Not only that, that is the only evidence is evidence of this. From this woman who's getting a butter knife jabbed into her neck, who might have an axe to grind.
Yeah.
But at the same time, also, maybe she doesn't even know who the fuck Rachel is. She might not even know. This is what he told me. Does this mean anything to you guys? And they went, well, that's his first wife who died under mysterious circumstances.
First wife.
Maybe we should talk about that.
Right.
Yeah, we don't know what she knows about his past or anything like that. So she survived. She said after everything, quote, "I've been to hell and back," because she's, whatever. She's had the stroke and everything. She says in court, although her husband didn't kill her, she's half dead anyway.
Oh.
She says, and points to her other side. And she's just
damn it.
Very, 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 very sad. He ends up, he's going to have to plead to this because she's in court crying, saying, "Hey, he tried to kill me."
Right.
So, it's hard to deny that.
Right.
A crying woman was half stroked and paralyzed here. So The cops also, while this is all going on, they go, why don't we let's call Kansas up. Yeah. Let's give them a call and just tell them. Maybe they'll be interested. Reno County might be interested in the fact that he does, I'm going to kill you like I killed Rachel mean anything to you guys type of deal. So they're very, very interested in that. And they want to go check that out a little bit here. But back to her for a minute. She, Viola, asked the judge to quote, give him the sentence he deserves. The judge cited cold and calculating circumstances here, as the judge talks about the fact that he was sitting on her chest and complaining and saying, why aren't you dying fast enough? Right. Which is crazy. This is a jury he doesn't plead to this, but a jury of seven men he got on this jury too, which is surprising, and 5 women, and they return guilty on attempted murder. Okay. And they deliberate for barely an hour because obviously. But they do acquit him on evidence tampering. There was an evidence tampering charge involving the butter knife.
What did he try?
I have no idea if he tried to wipe his fingerprints off as she ran out of the house with it protruding from her neck or what here. It's crazy. But they plan to present aggravating circumstances to convince the judge to send basically the sentence that for this is a 9-year sentence is what we're looking at. But they're trying to convince the judge to jack it up to 12 based on aggravating circumstances. Which, yeah, that makes sense. She says during the sentencing part that, quote, there were times I would have liked to kill myself, and the county attorney kept me from it because they were doing all of this. So he says, Philip Parks said that he's deeply sorry for the pain and suffering I caused my wife, and I do beg her for forgiveness. The defense attorney cites several reasons that his client doesn't deserve extra prison time. He says, look, he let her up. Quote, he let her up. He made a concerted decision to not kill her.
No.
No, that's not what happened, actually. She bit you, and so you eased up, and then she fought for her life and got the fuck out of there. He didn't say, all right, fine, I'll let you up now. Bye, have a good one. Right. Don't tell nobody. That's not what happened. She ran out of the fucking house, and the district attorney said that he has been rewarded for that because quote, she's still alive and you're not facing first-degree murder.
Oh, brilliant.
So that's your reward, to not go to jail forever, or get the fucking chair in the state, or be, tied to a fucking barn and wait for a tornado, or however they execute people there. I don't know. It's Kansas. Who knows? They just put him on one of the fire blowholes, the gas blowholes, and wait for it to happen now.
Wait for the ignition.
He gonna be ashes real soon now. So, she, wow. He also said that he tried to strangle her after stabbing her at that time, but she tried to bite him, and so then he lost his grip on the knife, so he just tried to strangle her instead. So the district attorney said, not only are you not facing first-degree murder, he said, honestly, it should be considered 2 attempts on her life because you stabbed her, then you strangled her.
That's crazy.
That's 2. You're getting off lucky, asshole. Yeah. So there's your leniency right there.
I'll bet that's true, too, right?
He probably could have. Yeah, I'm sure he could have gotten it through with this guy.
If you shoot a guy twice and he doesn't die, is that 2 attempts?
It depends on the state, but I believe so, because I see tons of cases where it's like, one person and it's 14 counts of attempted murder, and I'm like, there's only one guy. How does that happen? So the judge here says, quote, I'm impressed. This is when a judge says this, you fucked up.
Yeah.
Quote, I'm impressed by how cold and calculating your acts were. Impressed by it. Like, I see a lot of crazy shit. You take the cake, sir. You're fucked.
I went through a lot of law school. You're why.
You.
Yeah.
Sir, you.
My whole life is culminating to this one moment.
That's it.
To remind you, you're fucking impressive.
You're a pretty impressive fella there, pal. He says, you, sir, may fuck off. 12-year sentence.
Okay.
He tacked 3 on for an aggravator.
Got him.
Which he's super pissed about, this guy. He's so fucking mad. No, it was 9. What the fuck? This isn't the last time he'll do this, too. 1996 now. That was 1994. Yeah. So, attempted murder. He's in prison in Albuquerque. 1996. Kansas, they go, yeah, let's throw a charge on that fucking guy.
They're going to try him.
We feel good about it now. Yeah, they have his wife, they have Viola, who's going to come on testify that while he was jamming a knife into her throat and trying to strangle her, he said, I'll kill you just like I did Rachel.
Yeah.
Which, even if that's your only evidence, that's powerful in front of a jury.
He said it. In the middle of trying to do it again.
A half-paralyzed woman saying, this man who was convicted for sticking a butter knife in my neck and trying to kill me said, I'll kill you like the other one.
Right.
That's... I mean, a jury's might go, man, he's already in prison.
It sucks, though. I don't want.
It's tough. It's tough.
I kind of don't want it.
No, that's what I mean.
I kind of don't like that.
It's not a lot of evidence.
No,
there's really no evidence here. Although that rubber ball thing is really freaking me out.
It's fucking horrible.
That's fucking me up here. I'd love to know. I mean, I'm sure there'd be. The facial,
the bruisings,
not the bruisings, the pinprick, the hemorrhaging and shit like that.
That's the word.
For if I'm sure you get that sort of thing, or I don't know though. Maybe if it was just enough to make them unconscious and then put them in there. Yeah. I don't know. That's what I mean, because it's not strangulation; it's suffocation. I don't know if it's different. I don't know. I mean, especially that, I'm not positive. It's so weird.
They should get wife number 3 back to say, he strangled me too.
And he was like, I'll put this ball in my mouth right before, just like Rachel.
Fuck a rubber ball. This was just strangling.
Yeah. So they file first-degree murder charges against him, which is rough there.
Yeah.
And they have Viola as a witness, and they're telling him, we got your wife, and it doesn't sound good. So January 24th, 1997, he decides to plead no contest to premeditated first-degree murder.
Well,
in the what they're calling a strangulation and drowning of his wife. Now they're saying it was a strangulation. That's what the official thing is here. He says that he's originally charged there. He's going to enter a plea agreement where he's going to plead no contest, like we said, and then the state would recommend that his Kansas sentence run concurrent with his New Mexico sentence.
Okay.
That's his deal.
Yeah.
Is it's not going to be consecutive sentences. You'll serve him at the same time.
But what if it's longer?
Oh, it's going to be longer. It's first degree fucking murder.
That's my point.
Yeah.
God damn it.
But the 12 years he's in New Mexico won't not count. That'll count toward his 50 or 40 or whatever the fuck he's got to do here. It's a stupid distinction. It really doesn't matter. Either way, you're going to prison for a while. It's decades.
Probably forever. You're in your 50s.
Fucking decades.
Yeah.
So the state requests that during this that the sister-in-law of one of Rachel's brother's wives. This is a woman named Brenda, who was her best friend at the time, Rachel's best friend, be permitted to give a victim impact statement at the investigation here.
Oh my God.
Now, during this hearing.
Oh Jesus, 15 years later.
Now, he objects on this. He objects on the basis that the Kansas Constitution Victims' Right Amendment some sort of prohibits such statements, but they argued that the sister-in-law is not a member of the victim's immediate family, and the trial court concluded that fucking close enough. Get her up there.
She married someone who is.
It's been a long time, so this is who we got.
You heard sister?
Yeah.
Good enough.
It's been like 20 years.
Yeah.
We got this is
it's a
plenty.
long time.
She says, so Rachel gets her due here a little bit. Quote, Rachel was my best friend as well as my sister-in-law. We shared a bonding together that we could talk to each other and tell each other anything, and that would be as far as it went. This is a bonding I wish I would have never made because this is the way, this may be why she's gone today. She swore me to secrecy, not to tell my brother, her brother, my husband, for fear he would go after Philip and be hurt and hurt himself or get into trouble about it. It was my eldest son's birthday when she died. She was going to come over for his party later that day. Anthony and my daughter Anita were looking forward to her being there. My husband was driving his mom and dad to Wichita to get his dad's retirement started, and they were going to her house. They were going by her house to come back to our house with her. But the highway patrol told them they had to turn around and go identify her body. When Rudy called me and told me she was gone, I remember a chill coming over my body and a feeling of numbness going all over. It was like a knife had been placed into my body and I had my heart torn out. A day that once meant so much happiness with the birth of our first child is now a day of pain. I can't even remember if my son's birthday cake got finished that day or not. There's always a certain sadness for him that day now too, and he's scared to be happy because of what else marks the day. Rachel didn't deserve deserved to die that day. She was so young and had 2 children that she loved. She gave so much of her own life to. She was a loving, caring person who had cried for help from being abused from Philip, and just like so many others, never received any, and her life was taken. Her death has caused a void in all of her family's life that she'll never be able to fill again. Basically, she comes out and says that, you know, she'd been told that there was shit going on, and now she feels guilty about it. She feels guilty because she didn't say anything. She feels guilty that he might have found out that she said something, so she feels like maybe this is our fault or whatever.
She feels worse because it was 78 and that was the culture. Don't say a goddamn word.
In 1978, in the middle of Kansas, I don't think you got involved in people's shit like that.
No.
It was just different.
He'll punch her, he'll for sure punch me.
That's what I mean. Or it's just none of your business. Right. Well, none of your business. I mean, that's how shit was back then. And so domestic violence was not, I don't know, somehow it wasn't as a big a deal. Just people were
like, more accepted. It happens.
It's fucking insane.
You get 2 people living in a house,
insane,
James,
man.
Somebody's going to eventually hit somebody.
Yeah.
It's just the way it goes.
I mean, Jesus, people, she got a mouth on her. You heard her talk. That's crazy, but that's how people talk. I don't know.
He instigates shit. He won't cut the lawn, and then when I tell him cut the lawn, then, you know, he calls me a cunt. And then it's on. Kick him in the dick for that.
Man, so then she turns to him and she says, Phil, all I've got to say is for years now, this family went through sheer hell because of your actions. I watched a family that was once real close together be torn. You took the life of a wonderful person, and you used her kids to hold her with you, and that was just unjust. It was cruel until this day. To this day, you still use your kid. You know, someday you're going to have to meet your maker. When that happens, I'd love to be there because I want to hear your explanation why. I want to hear you say what you've done. You know Rachel she was going to be a nun. She went to school for that, and then she decided she couldn't take the last vow, so she left the school and married some guy years later after she graduated out of high school with me. And she had Jennifer, and that marriage got rocky, and she met you. And we tried to talk her out of marrying you because of some circumstances, and she decided to marry you. But through the years, several things happened, and it ended up in her death. And now that lady, she has laid there in her grave for years, not being able to rest, knowing that the guy that killed her was out free. She was bonded by the grave, and you were free. This wasn't fair. Her children had to grow up without a mom, and she could have done so much for those kids. She says, you must pay for that. You know, if I was a judge, life in prison, that's still your life. You have a life. She has no life. So she just goes off and just fucking reams him a new fucking asshole.
She hammers him with Bible shit
for paragraphs. I mean, she goes on and on. She said, not that it's a bad thing. She says his dad, he doesn't even realize what's going on every day because he's so sick. His mom, she passed away. I watched the lady cry every day for Rachel, how it broke her heart when you done what you did and all this shit. I mean, it's fucking big time, man. Finally, when you do pass on from this world, may your soul rot in hell forever. So, yeah.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yeah, thank you. Have a good one here. So basically the state didn't recommend a consecutive sentence. The state recommended the concurrent sentences. The court hears this, and the court says, you, sir, may certainly fuck off. Life sentence, consecutive to New Mexico.
Ouchies.
I don't give a shit about your agreement. Yeah. I'm the judge.
All right.
Eat dick, sir. This
Talk
is after.
about it.
Yeah, basically, she gave this statement, and he goes, you know what? Fuck this guy. That's literally what it was. Yeah. That's what it was here. So he appeals this. He's like, bullshit. This is we're supposed to be. Only appeals the sentence on the consecutive, concurrent, up your ass, whatever the fuck it is here. He says that she's not a victim. This woman's not a victim. Oh. She's her sister-in-law. She doesn't give a fuck. Man. This is bullshit. This is based on a bullshit victim statement. No, they basically say that although she's not, she was. It's up to the sentencing judge. Discretion of all this shit.
Okay.
Of relevance of what they're saying, relevance of the person, relevance of everything.
He gets to make that call.
He gets to make, what's the word I'm looking for? Judgments. That's right.
Sense.
Judgments.
Yeah.
It's weird that they let a judge make judgments, but his whole job is to decide whether shit is in the best judgment of everybody. So it's fucking ridiculous. So the court was required to consider the extent of the harm committed by him. Impact statements and testimony of the victim's family, both immediate and extended, may, in the judge's discretion, be relevant in making this determination and ascertaining the extent of the harm caused by his conduct. Even impact statements from non-family members may be relevant. You know what it's relevant when the fucking judge says that's okay. That's when it's relevant. The statute is not clear. They do say family members, but they also say judge has a lot of leeway here. So what are you going to do? Because suppose she's fucking adopted, or suppose she didn't have a family, but she lived with you. Well, that's not her immediate family. You can't say that.
No.
You can't say legally who's impacted most by people.
Nope.
You can't. You don't know that. So it doesn't matter.
There's no scale for that anyway. You can't put a value on it.
No, not at all. So they said the court does not. The record shows that the record does not show that the court improperly considered the statements. It's all fine. Affirmed. Eat dicks back in Kansas, my friend. That's that. So May 2019, this year, he's appealing, got a habeas relief thing going on here. The district court issued an order directing him to show cause why his petition shouldn't be ultimately dismissed. This
the whole
is
thing.
Well, yeah, because they said you have to have something or else it's just tossed. You can't just have habeas things with no new stuff. You can't just say, well, just file it because it's there. It's not the way it works. You have to have something.
Have them review it. Look it over. They've looked it over.
Yeah, he asserted the possible grounds for the court to do this, to stay on here. He's allowed to file a void judgment or a legal sentence at any time. He is also actually innocent now, he's saying. He pled, but he's saying, I'm actually innocent. He's saying the prosecutor knowingly used perjured testimony in order to gain the conviction. He's now saying, I never said that about Rachel, and the only way you think I said it was from Viola, who you suborned perjury with. You fucking knew she was lying and put her up there anyway. Whether she's lying or not, like I said, it's real hard to go. The problem is, as a defense attorney cross-examining a woman who's saying that you said that, you can't say, so he didn't say that. And she would say, yes, he did. And he would say, well, while he was saying that, she'd go, yeah, he was jamming a butter knife in my fucking throat, saying, why aren't you dying faster at that point? Is that what you want to talk about? Or the point when he was strangling me? Which one? Which one of those do you want to discuss right now?
You would feel that tear. That's not even a cut. That thing tears.
It's a fucking butter knife.
Oh God,
you might as well jam a lawn dart into her fucking neck.
I've had a fucking cortisone shot before, and that's a needle, but it goes through everything back there, and that is the tearing and ripping and sliding. You feel every fucking inch of it.
No good here. So he's saying that the prosecutor knowingly misled Philip here into taking a plea, and that the prosecutor knowingly knew was defective based on the false testimony of what he's saying, and that the court didn't have the authority to level that sentence on him too. So the district court says, no, you're good. You're fine. They said, no, you dismissed it. They said, you are totally fine. They're allowed to do that shit. Prosecutor didn't mislead shit. Basically, prosecutor got testimony that was brought to him from another state and he used it. And the woman came in and gave her testimony. What are you supposed to say? You're fucking lying? That's what it was. Just because it benefited him doesn't mean he's going to throw it out. What prosecutor says that's a little too good for my case, I'm not using it? No, you don't do that. If someone comes to you with an amazing confession, you're going to fucking talk about that.
I really like a challenge, so I'm not going to use that one.
Yeah. Also, he apparently filed a post-conviction relief late, and he's trying to say that the prosecutor impeded his efforts to comply with the procedural rule. Like, he's really grasping at straws here. I don't know why. Trying to parse between a consecutive life or 12 years or concurrent. Who gives a shit? You're in there forever, bro.
It's gonna be
when do you think you're getting out? Who is paroling this asshole?
I hope nobody.
I fucking hope nobody. And if they do, they could break his hands on the way out. That's what you do. If you put your hands out like in Casino, and we'll break them up with a fucking hammer, and then you can leave. Right. How's that? You learn how to strangle people with your feet, you stupid asshole.
Lawrence Fishburne and let him just put on rings and pummel people's faces.
Just fucking hammer his hands until they're just useless piles of flesh.
Make them look like
bags of bone bit.
Those little wieners in the barbecue.
Yeah,
back there at the winter ball.
Back on at the snowball.
Snowball.
It's the winter snowball.
God damn it.
So he this is fucking ridiculous. He says that he's saying that a lot of habeas corpus legal bullshit. It doesn't fucking matter. Basically, he claims actual innocence. They say you have no new evidence of that at all. All you have is you going, she's lying, and the prosecutor made her say it. That's that. You, sir, again, fuck off, back to jail with you. So he's got a life sentence here, and then another 12 years in New Mexico. And so he's got it going
life in Kansas, is that 25?
Life
Probably,
in Kansas, I believe it's minimum? 40. I think it's 40. Minimum. So he's fucked.
Dead.
Either way, 30.
It's over.
He's shit out of luck. Yeah. Even if it's 30, that's 42 years plus 40. He's 85, dead. 90 when he gets out. Yeah, he's dead as fuck. No one's paroling this guy. He's going to take a while to parole. So yeah, he is there. He is in a Kansas prison at the moment because his New Mexico sentence is over.
Yeah.
Christ, that was over 15 years ago. So he's good there, and now he's rotting in Kansas for the possible strength. I think he killed his wife. Let's be realistic.
Yeah,
without the other two, without all the other, without a disappeared wife, a rubber ball, attempted strangling, a butter knifing, all this shit, I give him the benefit of the doubt.
Counting on second wife and him having longevity and a great life, and he's still with her today. Wife number one, listen.
Accidents happen. Weirder shit's happen than that.
You're getting away with it because I can't put you in prison.
Who
for
knows?
That forever.
Maybe she had low blood sugar and got lightheaded and fucking fell in the top. At that point, you'd have to give him the benefit of the doubt because there's no evidence. But
who knows? Maybe she's even like the most dedicated suicide person because nobody's ever drowned themselves.
That's impressive.
Right?
I'd be hard.
That's tough.
That's not normal.
No.
Anthony Jr. on The Sopranos tried to do it, and
that's tough stuff.
It's tough. That's hard to do.
Instinctually, you try to live.
That's the thing. Your body fights to live. It's a weird fucking thing.
I don't think anybody's ever submerged their head underwater and stuck with it.
I don't think anyone. No, I don't. Well, first of all, you'd have to keep holding it. So as soon as you're passed out, you just float back. Your head would float right back up to the top again. So it'd be very hard to do. You'd have to weigh yourself down.
A lot of people jump off the George Washington Bridge, and that water's shallow, and they don't realize it.
Yeah,
and you go down to the bottom. You think you're going to get hit in the water and knock out. No. You go to the bottom, and your feet stick in the mud, and then you drown.
Yeah, that's perfect.
That's horrible.
That's amazing.
That's a bad way to go.
That's some nasty... That mud is gross.
Not
too.
good.
You know, that river is fucking disgusting.
Gross.
Those rivers, I would be the most curious to drain. Obviously, it's impossible because there's oceans and everything there. But if you could drain the Hudson and the East River and just look through
what's underneath there,
just comb it and see what's in there.
Hundreds of years of shit.
How many corpses? How many? How many guns? How many
crazy.
Thousands. Thousands of guns there has to be in there. I mean, that for so long you just threw the fucking gun in the river. That was like
you go over the bridge and toss it in the middle.
How much did cars that were that person disappeared? Holy shit! They drove into the river. We had no idea. Holy shit! How many things they would find? It would be awesome. It's kind of like here when people go tubing on the Salt River and it dries up and people go and they're like, hey, look at this, sunglasses, but guns and corpses. That'd be sick.
Keys to an Astro van. That's nuts.
Wow. We haven't made these in 20 years. It's keys to a Pontiac Aztec. Oh, look, and it's a Pontiac Aztec. They just left it here.
It's still in it.
Nobody wanted it. So
it's in the parking lot.
It's in the parking lot. So
they didn't even have the wherewithal, or they didn't even care to drive it off. They just threw the keys in the water.
Fuck it. Just tossed it. Meh. There you go. I don't even want it anymore. It's just parked by the shore.
I hate this car, and I don't even want anybody to be able to drive it.
You know what? I'm going to do the world a favor. fish in the water.
Fuck you, Survivor.
So, man, Hutchinson, Kansas, and Mr. Parks, you are a nutcase.
Yeah.
That brings us to, now that that guy's put away, that brings us to another exciting edition of the Prisoner Dating Game. Oh, we love the Prisoner Dating Game. It's been a while, and we just needed it. I feel like it was a good palate cleanser. We've had a lot of crazy shit going on lately and weird murders. Let's have a nice little 20-minute palate cleanser and
God damn it,
and find the most eligible bachelors and bachelorettes in the prison system today. Everybody,
there's a lot.
Let's do this. Let's first look at Patricia. Patricia. We're going to start out with bachelorette number 1, Jimmy. Here we go. Bachelorette's first here. Patricia is in a New Mexico correctional center. Very nice right there. She is 44 years old, has red hair and green eyes.
Yeah.
She's 5'9.5". She's a tall drink of water.
Yeah.
She's a little taller than you.
She's a little pale.
Green hair,
she
red eyes. Very other
green
way
eyes.
around. Yes.
That's a horrifying girl right there.
You just described like a He-Man villain of some kind. Oh, what
that's
the fuck
the
that is? Like snakes and shit coming out of her head.
Green hair, red eyes.
That's the scariest thing I've ever heard.
I don't want to see her.
That's the scariest person ever. You just invented a comic book villain.
did.
Green hair and red eyes.
And pale skin.
And pale skin. It's like a fucked up clown. So she describes her heading as, quote, single ginger princess.
All right.
There you go.
Tell me more.
She is ginger as fuck, too, boy. She is the whitest skin and the reddest hair I've ever seen. Oh,
I
wow.
kind of like her already.
She says, quote, I have a fun-loving, outgoing, wonderful nature. I have fun in everything I do. Life is too short to be stuck in the past all the time and for so long.
Yeah.
That's a really funny way to put that. If
the
you're
girl
in prison.
behind bars definitely wants to forget some shit.
Life is too short to be stuck in the past all the time and for so long. Well, it's also too short to be stuck in jail for so long. So why the fuck are you in there, stupid? Jesus Christ. She says she's a fun mom. There she goes. I love to ride horses. I love the outdoors. It's all very ironic considering.
Thank God you ride those outdoors.
I love how the other thing is I love how in prison they like to talk about what they do on the outside, which you're in prison. It's just weird. Like if you're reading this, you can't not say, what are you talking about? You're in prison. You don't love horseback riding. What do you like? Like, is there a particular lunch that they give you that you like? Is it like...
Every one of these people also says, I really love the outdoors. It's because you fucking miss it.
I look at it through a window and it's beautiful. I love to cook and to clean, and it's no fun if you have to do it alone. Okay, I guess he wants to cook and clean with someone. I love the rodeo. Separate sentence, totally. I love to cook and clean. It's no fun if you have to do it alone, period. I love the rodeo, period. Just a statement.
She's so horny.
Loves the rodeo.
She really wants a man.
This is your kind of girl.
Yes, she is.
I'm an honest, open, caring, heartfelt, rockin' country girl who loves to be with her family. I am beautiful and loving.
Wow.
There you go. Okay. So that is bachelorette number 1, Patricia.
I like her.
Patricia, single ginger princess.
I gotta call her Patty. No, my dad's wife, girlfriend, fiance, his number 8. My dad's number 8's name is Pat. I don't even know what to call this girl. I can't call her Patricia.
So she wants to be called.
That's a tough name. That's so many syllables.
How about Alicia, bachelorette number 2?
Okay.
It's going to be a CIA at the end of these names, Jimmy. I'm sorry. Alicia. Alicia is 37 years old, brown hair and green eyes, not the other way around. Okay. She's 5'5". So it's more in your wheelhouse as far as height goes. She's not going to be way taller than you.
Yeah.
Her projected out time is September of 2021.
Oh.
So that gets you some time to get ready and prepared. Get prepared. Yes, she's single. She's not bad. She has no children either. She says, I am 37 years old that has I am a 37-year-old that has had more negative than positive experiences.
Oh, no.
Yikes. What happened to fun-loving, rockin' country girl?
We're going to hear this in the first date? The whole everything?
The first sentence, she said, my life has been more sad than happy. Like, that's...
I feel like this is your kind of girl.
Dude, this is I don't like this shit.
Let's talk about things
I just hate everybody. She's saying she's sad. I want to be hateful, not sad. I want to laugh at how shitty people are. I don't want to be sad
everything
about it.
sucks, and you're like, yeah, it does. She's like, I'll tell you what through my experience. You're like, I don't want to have experiences.
Yeah. Plus, you're not funny.
I don't want to experience that.
But I stay true to my character and remain resilient in the unknown. I'm extremely laid back and open to almost anything. All of them are open to anything.
Really
I'm in prison. I'm open for whatever. Is it not prison? Great. Sounds good. I'm spontaneous and adventurous and can be serious as a heart attack or goofy as a child. Okay. I'm unique, original, and have had the same circle of best friends since middle school. Well, I'm out right there.
I'm done too.
Bye.
Who's number 3?
I haven't grown at all since I was 11, is what that just says. I've had 0 character growth since I was 12. You know how many people I talked to who I went to middle school with? Fucking 0. There's a couple who I don't hate or I've, whatever, but I don't know. I don't keep track. It's not my same circle of friends since middle school.
I got one.
Yeah, if
and
you
it's
have
only
one,
because he
rediscover him later on.
Does shit for me.
But these people stayed friends.
That's crazy.
For years. She's 37.
They know everything you ever did.
Oh yeah, why you're in there.
The same circle of friends. You know what I mean?
Since middle school,
her whole life.
I'm loyal, supportive. Everything starts out with I'm this, that, and this, and that, and this. Every sentence she has the same sentence structure. That's what fucking annoys me. Yeah. Hey, listen, prisoner, your sentence structure is terrible. No, thank you.
You're a terrible author.
Fuck, you're a bad writer. So, and consider a true friend to be there through good and bad. I'm brutally honest on what I will and won't accept from the door.
What?
I don't know what that means. From the door?
Maybe she meant the store.
From the beginning?
Oh.
I don't know.
From Jump Street?
Some are intimidated by my independence, but in the end, I know I can always do for me. That's good, because you're in prison. Yeah. I enjoy meeting new people from all walks of life and making great memories to last a lifetime. I enjoy reality TV and gossip magazines.
I hate you. She is not doing anything positive for herself.
I don't like her. It makes me feel better sometimes.
Yeah.
I love music, rock, rap, pop, alternative, R&B. I'm really into stand-up comedy. Laughing can be a remedy for the worst days.
She's gonna like
She's
me too
a big
much.
Dane Cook fan, I have a feeling. So
I feel like she hasn't made a decision on what she likes. She likes fucking everything.
No, she used to like Dane Cook. Now she's like, that Krista Lee is hilarious. Moving on.
Really like guys in tank tops.
In 5 years, I'll get to you with the next fucking terrible comedian who's got chest hair out and an audience full of fucking 19-year-old girls when they were 30. That's not okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, I enjoy staying active, aerobics/sports. I love football. Go Eagles. By the way, she's in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
She's in Florida. This one. She likes the Eagles anyway, though.
She's from Pennsylvania.
Reading mysteries and memoirs and love stories. Watching movies that actually have a plot. She's fucking snobby about movies. That's okay. Learning new arts and crafts and self-improvement. I have gotten nothing from her.
No.
It's everything.
She likes everything.
She likes everything. She's into everything. She's independent, yet she's loyal. Yet
this is how you have
same circle of friends.
This is how you have negative situations and negative experience because you don't know what you like.
Because you're into anything.
Right.
I'm open to whatever.
But just don't want to stay home.
Yeah, that's what it is.
That's why
love
you're in
stories.
prison.
I learning new arts and crafts, self-improvement skills, helping others with advice, resources, past experience, and cooking. I'm looking for someone with a good sense of humor. There we go.
Yeah.
An open mind, who is compassionate, good-hearted, real, laid-back, caring, judgmentally reserved, and who has a strong will. This you might like. I dislike liars, golf, commercials, the Dallas Cowboys, narcissism, and country music. Okay. All right. She's not bad. And someone who has no drive in life.
Okay.
So Alicia, she hates the Cowboys and golf, so that's right up your alley.
That's something.
Country music, she's right. We can just give her that and fucking move on.
I think she hasn't heard the right ones yet. That's what I think. She's had negative experience and just called it good.
Because she heard any country music. Bachelorette number 3 is Paige. Paige is 27, blonde hair, blue eyes, 5'6".
Oh,
never been married and no children.
Okay,
so that's something for you. Hey there, my name is. Forgot about this, so I wrote it down.
Paige.
Hey there, my name is Paige, but my friends call me Barbie.
What? She thinks she's hot.
Oh boy, wait till you see it.
She thinks she's cute.
I forgot about this lady when I wrote this down. I'm 27 years old, no kids and never married. I'm outgoing, fun, and adventurous. They all say that. I have ocean blue eyes that will take you far away, a smile that will brighten your life, and fair skin that demands attention.
Fuck you.
Demands attention. Your skin, you don't have much of a tan there. I need to stare at what the fuck. How bright are you that it demands attention?
Or how fucking bronze are you always?
And a fair skin that demands attention. That's the weirdest thing I've ever heard.
Where's she at? Is she in Texas?
She is in Alabama.
Yeah.
Yeah, a fair skin. Is she a Nazi?
I don't know.
Is she saying she's like a neo-Nazi?
Does she have a clear complexion?
Blue eyes.
Yeah.
Blue eyes. Maybe she's saying she's a Nazi.
What color hair is she?
Blonde.
Yeah.
She's a Nazi.
She might be a Nazi.
I think she's a Nazi.
She might be somebody's old lady.
My ideal day outside of work consists of anything outdoors.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm very open-minded, and I'm not afraid to try or experience something new.
Yeah.
At this chapter of my life, I'm looking for someone who I can connect with and really have a good time. If it leads to more, then be it. If you feel like you're that someone that can take me away, Jimmy.
I can't.
Wink, wink.
You're there for too long.
Feel free to write me. I can't wait to meet you. So meet me.
I can't wait to meet me. I'm
can't
sorry,
wait
I
for
was
you
just
to
looking in
see
the mirror.
for you to see my quote ocean blue eyes that will take you far away.
Right.
My ocean. Just say no.
Ocean. The ocean.
She was the one who had like 8 pictures posted too, and like one was like posing with her hand on her hip. I'm like, you're in jail.
She loves herself.
Someone's gonna fucking fist rape you any second now. What are you doing? Stop posing.
Don't poke that out.
Don't
girl.
make it worse.
Somebody will poke it.
Yeah, you don't see dudes in male prisons like sitting there like fucking bending over making poses and shit. Like, hey, come somebody take my asshole. No. Fucking be cool about everything.
Squatting over a floor light so you can see the outline of his cock.
Mind your own business in jail. Now we have the Bachelors. Oh, Jimmy, the Bachelors. Here we go. First, we have Edric.
Yeah.
Edric is a Kansas guy for our hometown murder today. He's a man, obviously. Born in 1983.
Yeah.
So he's right around your age.
Right,
That's perfect
right there. 2 years younger.
Yeah, he's a black gentleman.
Hell yeah.
He's a Christian, and he's in for felony murder.
Oh boy.
But his possibility of parole in 2020.
Oh my God!
Could be
what?
Right around the corner. Right around the corner.
How long has he been in?
I don't know, but he's gonna get out very soon.
I mean,
he might have been in for 20 years. He might have done it when he was 18.
Here's the other part. Possible parole.
No, that's what I mean. He's up for parole.
Right.
Possibility of parole in 2020.
Okay.
But I mean, even then, he could have been done it 20 years ago. He could have got 15 to 20 and been up for parole.
He could be a 72-year-old man.
You have no idea. Well, he's born in 83. But
right.
He could have done it when he was 18.
Oh, my God, James.
He could have shot someone robbing a liquor store when he's 18 or whatever. It doesn't matter. Done something and then he's ready to get out.
Or killed his parents when he was 14.
So you never know. Hi, I'm Edric. Hi, Edric.
Yeah.
Do you want to be my friend?
Kinda.
Not particularly.
Not really.
Jimmy says, kinda. You said that like a gay dude who's not sure about it yet. Kinda.
How gay are you?
I don't know.
Kinda.
Kinda.
You're here for murder.
You curious? Kinda. Do you want to be my friend? I have an idea.
Yeah.
The idea is, I have an idea, by the way. Like, he's about to make a statement. This is a poster here. The idea is to find a few attractive female friends, get to know them, spend time on the phone with them, pay for visitation cost, and after I get parole, choose one to establish something exclusive with.
This man wants
this motherfucker wants to start a harem where a bunch of chicks do his bid with him, and then when he gets out, he has like a fucking Bachelor-style reality show where he gives one of them a rose or a shiv or a fucking...
Will you take this
pack of ramen noodles? This means that you're mine forever and you're my betrothed. What the fuck are you talking? He put that. I get that that's his plan. Don't put that on there.
Will you take a sip of my hooch?
I made this in my toilet. Want some?
That would be the thing that they have to take.
He's saying
that man thinks there's so many women out here that they would participate in possibly being dumped. Not
one
even
of a bunch.
By a murderer.
What the fuck is he talking about? Why would he say? What woman would be like, oh, I'll show those bitches right now. I'll show him. No one's taking my man away from me.
I have an idea.
I have an idea. You guys act like idiots and fucking, do stupid shit that ruins your life, and then I'll pick one of you. And then I'll ruin their life, and the rest of you can go on.
Dear NBC, put this on the air.
Fuck me. This is what this is. Yeah. He's looking for I have an idea. It's like, I'm going to get a reality show.
Jeff Probst, where are you at?
Fuck me, man. Edric, come on. I'm not a gang member or a thug. I'm 36. I'm a Wichita, Kansas native. I'm a sinner, but it don't matter because God forgave me for my crime. I'm actually kind of curious with dating girls that are white. Why? Because, dude, look at what he does. He's like, I don't know what he'd be good at making forms. Like he's got a colon up here. Here he has like points. Like he's presenting an outline.
Because bullet points.
And he has bullet points. Yeah. He has like outline points. Quote, I never had a real opportunity to date one. I think I could stay away from the drama. He's saying that white girls are easier to deal with because black girls will call you on your shit. Is what he just said right there. He just said, I think I could stay away from the drama. Fucking, you know what? That's a sad reason to go after anybody. I like attractive white girls. That's really all you needed to say. I'm interested in white girls. Why? Because I think they're attractive.
I'm attracted to them.
Good enough.
I could sleep with one.
The rest of it, super weird. And then the last bullet point, the closer, the heart wants what the heart wants. So my dick is hard for white girls, and that's it. No fucking problem. We're happy with that. We're happy with that. Do whatever you want. Fuck whoever you want. If you like me, you can write me. Hopefully you live in the Kansas area or somewhere nearby because I'm more than likely stay in Wichita, Kansas when I parole. Smile. P.S. You don't have to be any weight. P.S.
Whatever.
I'll take a thick girl and I'm cool with that shit because I might have some thick ones and then some thin ones because I'm going to collect 5-6 of them and then pick one if you remember exactly what I do.
Right.
So I'm a fucking asshole.
I'm a lunatic who thinks that I'm going to be able to accomplish this.
Wow. Number 2, Bachelorette number 2. I don't know how we'd even need to go further than Edric here. Richard.
Yeah.
Richard is 40 years old here. He's white. Under religion, he has listed will explain. So that sounds annoying.
That's weird.
He is convicted.
Scientologist.
His release date's August of 2024. Some time to get to know him.
Yep.
And he is convicted for aggravated criminal sodomy.
My Christ. How did you find the worst of the worst?
You know how long it takes me to find these? Most of them are just like, hi, I like reading and the outdoors. Right. Please write me. Like, that's 90% of them. Like, you really got to sift to find the crazy.
Somehow you found the manifest for Con Air.
This is the play as
people.
Who's sitting in 3C? Aggravated criminal sodomy. You're up next.
Cyrus the Virus. Come for your interview.
Just aggravated criminal. That's his nickname. My name is Richard. I'm 39 years old, white, brown hair, blue eyes, and I stand 6'8" tall. Jesus Christ.
Son of a bitch.
That's a fucking lot of sodomy.
That's how you get sodomy.
It's a long sodomy. Right. So. Wow. While in prison, I have performed in several Shakespeare plays.
Okay.
There's a lot of sodomy in Shakespeare. You know how that goes.
A lot of kissing dudes.
Participated in the Safe Harbor Dog Program, so rehabilitating abused or neglected dogs. That's so do a lot of those they do in prison because it softens these dudes up a little bit.
Right.
Whenever they put a pet in there, everybody kind of goes, oh, look at that little guy. Right. And they don't stab someone standing next to them.
Yeah.
It just takes
a good way to control population.
It takes a little bit of the edge off of everything because people we've been to the airport where they have like Phoenix Airport. One thing that they do well at Sky Harbor is that each terminal has like just this old lady walking around with a dog to pet. Yeah. It's literally the dog to pet.
That's the thing.
Her whole thing is just I have this dog and it's got a little vest on. It's the Sky Harbor dog. And it's just to cheer people up.
Run your fingers through this.
And everybody's like sitting there all grumpy and they look down and be like, oh, hey, little pet, I can pet him on. And
what's his name?
And they stand up and they're in a completely better fucking mood. Just because it's not a dog like, oh, it's that dog going to shit on me. It's just a nice dog that the lady's got on a leash.
I'm delayed an hour? Who gives a shit?
It's fucking great.
My fingers smell like dog slobber.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm in a minimum custody. Jesus Christ. And have a job outside the fences, which is awesome.
An ag sodomy. What?
Aggravated criminal sodomy. He's not getting out for 5 years and they let him out of the fucking place?
Wow.
Keep him and his sodomy ass in there. He's Keep his dick in there.
6'8".
And he's 6'8", looking for your ass.
Holy shit.
Wow.
Or your mouth.
Something. I want to have a pen pal and that I can relate to and that won't stop writing me between the ages of 19 and 43. Very specific.
That's scary.
I will respond to any and all who write me via snail mail. Thank you, and may the gods bless. So that's him there. So an aggravated sodomite
and
for you.
He hits plural gods.
Yeah, because we'll explain.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got a whole other religious structure he's working off of
the
here.
Man's into Zeus and everything.
And zoos.
Oh, boy.
He's a zoo and a Zeus.
Right.
He's all sorts of weird. So number 3, bachelor number 3 is Nicholas. Odd Nicholas. He's born in 1979. For 40, pushing 4. Just turned 40. He's seeking women, men, and friends.
Yeah.
So just anybody.
Hell
here.
yeah, Nick.
So he, oh my goodness. He is convicted of aggravated indecent liberties and aggravated indecent solicitation.
Okay.
I don't know what that is. His release date is, quote, indeterminate.
Oh,
so
my
whatever
word.
those are, they're bad.
This sounds like he's got like psycho problems.
It's not good. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he starts out with, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Jesus Christ.
He's a weirdo.
Oh, yeah. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Period.
Yeah.
Not even a fucking comma. I am a 39-year-old man looking for friendship. I'm talking about grammar. The guy's in prison for aggravated fucking indecent liberties. Those shit.
Aggravated weird shit.
He's in jail for shit. I don't even know what it is.
They don't even have a real charge for it.
And we do 2 crime shows, and all I do is read court documents. And
Right.
I have no idea what that is. That tells you that it's bad.
They're hitting him with some vague charges with an even more vague sentence.
Jesus Christ.
Indeterminate.
Indeterminate, you weirdo, you vague fucking weirdo.
Hang on to you a bit.
We're just going to make sure nothing happens to you. I'm 5'9" tall and about 225 pounds, have brown hair and eyes, a goatee and mustache, and wear glasses. I believe I'm kind, caring, respectful, compassionate, honest, intelligent, and funny person. I'm a Christian who believes in accountability, integrity, and forgiveness. Mostly forgiveness.
I appreciate it. If everyone forgive me,
Really?
let me go.
I mean, accountability and integrity, you can do whatever, but forgiveness first, and then we'll work on the rest of it. I enjoy reading, writing, cooking, playing video games, and hanging out with my family and friends. So I enjoy reading and writing now because the rest of it I can't do. My favorite book series is The Wheel of Time by Robert Jordan. Some additional authors I enjoy are Michael Crichton, Tom Clancy, Dean Koontz, Robert Ludlum, and Terry Brooks. He reads shit like a 60-year-old woman on a plane.
Right.
Like an old Midwestern lady on a plane.
He buys his books in between buying pasta sauce and ice cream because that's the aisle he visits.
From the groceries. Those are the only ones they have. Those and romance novels with the dude with flowing hair on the front that used to be Fabio.
What's the matter? Danielle Steele isn't impressive?
That's not anymore. So weird. My favorite movies are Hobbit, Lord of the Rings trilogies, Marvel and DC Universe based, and Adam Sandler comedies. He's the worst person alive. In 2019, I'm not even getting near the mic because I have to lean back for that. In 2019, one of his likes is Adam Sandler movies.
Post-click?
Fucking
really?
kidding me? He's a fucking 40-year-old man who loves the Marvel and DC based shit and Adam Sandler comedies. Not even the fucking dramas. He's like, Spanglish, fuck you. I like fucking, what's the one where the guy hits him in the nuts over and over? That's right, all of them. Jesus Christ.
You know what else I like? Every book that's in every grocery store, and they were like, you know what, Adam Sandler, those books, lock him up and indetermined.
You basic ass bitch. You're a basic ass bitch. You like fucking Adam Sandler movies and whatever's for sale in the grocery store to read. You basic motherfucker, you. My favorite games, video games. Even these are fucking basic bitch shit. Final Fantasy, God of War, Prince of Persia, Assassin's Creed. You fucking jerk off. Do something interesting.
Otherwise,
same shit.
If he was out in the last
basic
15 years,
bitch.
He'd be telling us about Grand Theft Auto and Call of Duty and every else fucking popular thing.
So I'm currently in a treatment center receiving therapy and rehabilitation for my sexual criminal offenses. They're trying to attract people. Wow.
They couldn't even put me in a jail. They had to put me in here where they can medicate
where
me.
They can go. So you don't want to fuck that? Right. When you see a hole, you don't have to put your dick in it, right?
They hold up a picture and they go, "Do you want to fuck this?" And he goes, "Yes." And then they put the car battery right back on his testicles.
No. Sorry. That's just a pig with a knife wound. You don't want to fuck that. See, you have problems. Jesus Christ. That's literally a farm animal with a knife wound. I have been here for over 15 years. It's my goal to be reintegrated back into society by the time I turn 42 years old. Jeez, what's a weird goal. My father and stepmother look forward to spending the remaining years of their life with me. What the fuck? Saying I have a family. I look forward to being a successful and healthy member of the community. This isn't the parole board. You're trying to attract women.
Right.
I desire corresponding with women and men between the ages of 28 and 48. I'm not currently seeking a relationship. However, I'm interested in women if that is what you seek.
Right.
So, if a woman wants to be in one with me, I'm fine.
I'm interested in men and women.
Oh,
dudes, you know the drill. Don't write to me.
Don't write to me,
fuck's
bro.
wrong with you?
Be like, what's up, bro? This is what the fucking Giants have been up to. They're 8-8. This is bullshit. But don't fucking want to fuck me.
I'm in here for sex shit. Clearly, I want to fuck.
Then he gets picky. I'm attracted to women with red/blonde hair, blue/green eyes. This is why you're in jail.
Yeah.
Because you're too weird and picky, and you have some weird little sexual thing that you have to do.
Right.
Just be open to whatever, and then you won't end up in prison for it.
I like Little Women parted right down the middle. That's my chick.
That's what dudes that are just like, I don't know, I don't really have a type. Though they never get busted for sexual weird shit because they're like, I don't know, they don't have there's one with exactly the things I've been fantasizing about for they're chasing after him with their dick in their head.
My type goes yes.
Yeah,
that's my type.
Willing. He should be like, I like women who are alive, have a pulse, and are willing to write me, and are not fucking freaked out by my sexual crimes.
Right.
That are non-judgmental, funny, honest, and intelligent. I accept all races and religions for friends. That's nice of you. I'm a writer with a novel that's been approved for publication by a prominent company, which is why I request donations to assist my career. If you're interested in contacting me, please write or call me at blah, blah, blah. I won't tell you because fuck this guy.
Yeah.
So, thank you is the end. Yeah. So, that's the 3 and 3.
Wow.
But you know what? I'm not sure about either. I'm going to give you a bonus of one of each, okay?
Good, because it's
a tough one.
Pickings.
It's a tough one so far. So far, I think you like the country music girl, probably.
I want to pair Patricia up with this guy because he likes him like her.
Yeah.
But he's going to kill her.
Yeah.
That man's going to murder her.
I feel like Single Ginger Princess is leading the pack for you now.
That's one I want to go on a date with for sure.
Okay, so far that's who's winning. Well, let's see. We have bonuses.
Okay.
Bonus, Regina.
Yeah.
Regina is, let's see here. She's in Illinois. First time, incarcerated for murder.
No, oh, boy. This is my first murder.
No intention of doing it.
Oh.
Apparently, she's saying it was an accidental murder, not intentional.
Okay.
First time, incarcerated for murder, period. No intention of doing it, period. We'll talk about it if necessary.
Oh, boy. It's necessary as fuck,
I would say. I have been working most of my life, love outdoors, enjoy cooking, being around family and friends. Most of my life brought up as a Muslim, changed my religion to Christian, love the love of Jesus, I'm an outspoken person, barbecue at the beach is one of my favorite things to do. Life can be good as long as you're good to it. Do not use drugs, nor have I had the desire to. The Cardinals are my favorite team. This is Illinois, so she means St. Louis Cardinals.
Got it.
Are my favorite team. Sometimes I watch basketball, just don't have a certain favorite team. Looking for women or men to write, looking for a good friend when I get out. I would love to be married to a good Christian person or older person that's settled. I'm 58 years old. She's a little old for you, Jimmy, but you know what? She's just maturing.
She's willing to talk about it.
She's willing to talk about it.
She's open.
Anything else that you want to know about me, please feel free to ask. Looking for someone who's honest, doesn't lie, loves to travel, respectful. I love to spend time with my mate, getting to know the other person and getting to know me as a person. Love will come later. I always believe, don't say the word unless you mean it. To me, love is an action word. Show me. It doesn't matter about your past. Just relate now and the future. I would like a healthy relationship and marriage. I enjoy being a person that broadens our minds, blah, blah, blah. God first and the rest will follow. Don't use drugs. Continue to be yourself, blah, 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 blah. She's preachy.
Was that just an In Vogue song?
That was too much. I think it was. There was actually one person who quoted Kendrick Lamar in their thing. They had a big Kendrick Lamar quote. And I'm like, you're in prison.
Oh, my
Stop.
God. Don't do that.
Here we go. And then finally, here's Tim. Tim, quote, I am a 40-year-old man who grew up in Missouri. So that right there, if that doesn't get you on board, I don't know what is. I joined the Army when I was 17. There you go. And I served until I was medically retired in 2009. I have lived all over the world, including Hawaii, Afghanistan, Virginia, South Carolina, Oklahoma, Kansas, Kuwait, and Germany. I retired as a staff sergeant. I deal with PTSD from combat, and it contributed to my crime. I will be released in October 2020 and plan to move to the Omaha, Nebraska area to be around my family.
Watch out, Omaha.
Oh, boy. I enjoy all kinds of music, fast cars, and motorcycles. I hope to meet someone who can help me pass my time here and give me something to look forward to, Jimmy.
Yep.
I have 3 children, ages 21, 16, and 11. I don't know. I really plan to travel when I'm released. Who knows? Maybe just by RV. So he's going to... What do you say? You and this guy... hole up in an RV.
We will be pals, bro.
And listen to some...
I like him, although I'm terrified to piss him off and disagree with him because he clearly snaps.
Well, he might just... could just snap for no reason. He might have a mental issue. So, what do you think here? We have Tim, Regina, Nicholas. Nicholas is the aggravated indecent liberties.
Jesus.
We have the aggravated criminal sodomite.
Horrible.
Richard, number 2. Then Edric.
Possibly the worst of the group.
Edric, who likes white girls, if you remember, and has to explain why.
Right.
He also a felony murderer.
Right.
Then we have, as you might remember, we have Paige.
Yep.
Paige was the open-minded, blah, 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 blah. Vapid. Yeah, we also have the 37-year-old. What's her name here? Alicia. 37-year-old, best friend since middle school. Same sort. And then finally, your single ginger princess, Patricia.
Oh, my Patricia and my Tim. I'm really struggling between these two.
What do you think, Jimmy?
I think I'm going gay for a soldier.
Yeah?
Let's go, Tim.
Tim it is. Tim. Tim is the winner.
Let's go, hero.
Tim, what you've won is a dinner for 2. Very romantic. Very romantic in the
ramen.
It's you're gonna have your own private cell.
Yeah.
It's basically a conjugal visit with trailer, and we'll see what happens. You never know what's gonna happen. That is Prisoner Dating Game.
Boy, oh boy.
That is our show. That's Small Town Murder. Sorry, we had to do that just because it's fun to do once in a while.
So much fun.
If you like that show, please let us know. Get on Apple Podcasts, that purple icon. Give us 5 stars. Doesn't matter what you say. Say you're following instructions, following directions. Say these guys are forcing me to do this.
Yeah.
It helps. It drives us up the charts on the business end. We don't know why, but it does. So do that, please. Yeah. Also, head to shutupandgivememurder.com for all of your crime and sports and small town murder needs, all of your merchandise, which we have a ton of new merchandise. We're going to have a full slate of live shows to announce very, very soon, so you probably want to get on there.
So many.
And wait for that. It's a whole year's worth, and get them early because they seem to be selling fast lately, thank fucking God. So thank you guys for doing that. That really helps a lot. So get on there, do all of that. And also, you could, like I said, the merchandise on there, and follow us on social media for those tickets too, because we announce it immediately when we know on social media. So you can probably get those tickets a little early. Yeah. And so do that. We are at Murder Small on Twitter, at Small Town Pod on Facebook, and at Small Town Murder on Instagram. So definitely do that. And if you want to be one of our producers, a goddamn fucking hero of ours.
Unbelievable person.
We can't say it any more plainly than that. People who go out of their way. It's a free show that we do. Obviously, you don't have to pay anything for it, but these people say, you know what? I think these guys do a good job and they deserve something, and they reach into their pockets and they pay money they don't have to pay because they feel like that's the right thing to do. And that's fucking amazing. That's what the level of character that shows, and what a good person you are is fucking awesome. It just does. And we're going to shout these people out every damn week because they keep the show going. They're the lifeblood of the show. So without further ado, well, I got to tell you where to go first. Yeah. You can go to patreon.com.
Where?
Patreon.com.
Okay.
/crime and sports.
There it is.
Oh, or head over to PayPal. Use our email address, which is crimeandsports sports@gmail.com.
Yes, it is.
And you can be one of our heroes, one of our producers, one of the donors to the show. Without further ado, Jimmy, I mean, you know what? I'll be quiet. You shove a rubber ball in my mouth and I'll be quiet while you read them off to me. Hit me with those names.
This week's executive producers are Greg Zdonik, Jeff Rash, Shailene Wilson, Holly McKee, Emma Stroll, or is it Enna? No, that's Emma. Is that Enna? Emma? I think it's Enna. Enna Stroll.
Okay.
I think so.
All right. I'll buy that.
What did I do? Susanna Platt, Tanya Volanek, Stephen Rude, Deborah Pinto, Brian Bodner, probably Bodner, Jordan Bennett, Marion Kahn, Rhonda Allred, and Mel Thacker.
Thank you so much.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
that was
amazing. Thank you so much.
Sweet.
You
guys do some things for us.
You are the executive producer this week.
You're the director this week.
Yeah, you are. You're the
Unreal.
Dick Wolf this week. You get your own screen with a credit, Dick Wolf.
The walking around money
guys.
that it was. You guys are so sweet, and you helped me get my daughter to urgent care and then the emergency room this week. Thank you so much. Other producers this week are Crystal Smith, Kenneth Garrity, Hannah Phillips, Colin Luck or Lukey, Frank Tripaldi, Zach with no last name, Ken Thompson, Jocelyn, no last name, Ty Toribio, Lindy Simmons, Andrew with no last name, Monica Fabry or Fabra or Farb. I don't know.
Might be Farb.
It could be Farb.
Farby.
What do I know? I watched football.
You know
a little
nothing.
Bit. I know nothing. Marie Nuss, Allison Walsh, Alex Hooper, Rachel with no last name, Katie Hoyam. Yep. Kevin. Yeah, Kevin Mathis. John Lash donated both ways. Thank you so much, John.
Thank you.
Jen White, Sarah T, Peter Elaine. Aaron Taylor, Pam Adams, Carrie Abbey, Rebecca with no last name, Shaug Loked, Smog. What?
Huh?
Smaug
Where did that come from?
Jason Stewart, Miranda Reinhart, Chris Kelly, Melissa Velo, Becca Thompson, sorry. Logan for Haley Stratton. I guess it's for Haley Stratton, and Logan donated.
Oh, well, thank you, Logan and Haley.
Yeah, that's right. Nikki Bumberly? No, Bumberry? I think, what? Bomberry? I don't know what I wrote. Pucker brush. Michaela Lyford, Josh Wilkinson, Jennifer Portillo, Jennifer Hollow, Dizzy Olive. I think that's right. I doubt that's somebody's name, right? It might be. Could be. Justin Eskew, Lisa Mazajewski, Richard Wenzel, Jake Kokesh, Lee Straub, Jenny Lakari. No, Josh Wardle, Wendy Castiglione.
Yes.
Yep. Owen, Luis Reyes, Brian Borer, Lauren Groff, Kaylee Godwin. No, yeah, Goodwin.
Hey.
Or is that God? Damn it.
You wrote it.
Aaron Sayer, Kelly Noel, Noel, I think. What the fuck is wrong with me? Tyler. That's an L.
You are awful this week.
Tyler Garner, Angie Massey, Zach Carano, Tiffany F. Easy enough. Dylan Ely, Marcel Del Corpo, I think it's Corpo. Chandel Whitney. Chandel, she has the daughter that's in overseas. Jennifer Speroni. Courtney Cox, probably not, but a different one. Chris Call, Kasuka Dragon, Kaylee Fitzsimmons, Zachary Hale, Tasha Watson, Alexandria Frazier, Tori Jordan, Amanda Miller, Luna Alvarez, Matt Burleson, Cami Rock, Jay Bonnie, Jay with the letter, Morgan Z, Ray Lamon Man, Chrissy Dabbler, what did that one say? Claire McGrath, that's what that says. James Fraker, Jacob Haverfield, Kaylee Green, is that right? No, it wasn't. Kelly Green. That's what it is. Jesus Lord. Colin Chapin, Chris, CRX CRVs. I imagine they're fans of Hondas.
Honda?
Yeah.
Big Honda enthusiast.
Right. Amy Spicer, Angela Placentia, Shane Plummer, Marissa Cole, Mike Ortiz, Patrick Lau, Melissa Yazzie, Alicia Reese, or Alicia, maybe, and Jolie Pettis, and Jolie. Albert Oldenderp.
Problems there, Jim.
Yep. Heidi Cartledge Wallace, Callie Johnson, Ronnie Kumar, Kristen Bellinger, Teddy Christie, Ted Cyrus, Angel Eicher, Megan Brubaker, Rachel Misenheimer, Andy Soto, Corey Waffles. No, Cock Waffles. I don't know what that is. That's not real.
Corey Waffles.
God damn it, Corey Waffles. Lauren Rodino.
It's my new. I'm Corey Waffles. So I'm going to check in the hotels under Corey Waffles. That's my new alias.
Anybody looking for me? I'm Corey Waffles.
Corey Waffles. Nice to meet you. Huh?
Lil Buckaroo, Emily Richardson, John Herndon, Whitney Luley, James Sutton, Janie Magnus, Chad Clements, Christina Hansen, Robin Anderson, Jess Hill, Jeremy Phillips, Tony Francisco, Pauline Robinson, Marissa with no last name, Crystal Fisher, Chelsea Joseph, Ashley Vietri, Corey Cohn, Ryan Benner, Jennifer Jones, Justin Inwood, Anne-Marie Taylor, Michaela Sawicki, Julie Haley, Robert Phelan, Christine with no last name, Corey Prada, Jesse Hartman, Tay with no last name, Jacqueline Donaldson, Tracy Mitchell, Holly Davidson. That's probably a play on words for Harley Davidson.
Maybe.
Probably not. Maybe they just like Holly. How's it feel to be Davidson, though? Everybody
Holly
calls
Davidson.
Everybody calls that motorcycle a Harley, though. That guy Davidson got fucked.
Sounds like an old man who doesn't know. What, they're riding around them Harley Davidsons all over the damn place.
Somebody from New Orleans.
Making the damn noise all through the neighborhood. I can't sleep for nothing. These damn Harley Davidsons running all up and down the streets all the time.
Everybody rides a Harley, though. Nobody rides a Davidson.
No one rides it. That's true. That's a good point.
Tracy Mitchell, Rachel McDougall, Michael Griggs, Peyton Meadows, Reagan Shaukley. Thank you very much, Reagan. You're fantastic.
Thanks, Reagan.
Brad Leswick, Jason Birchfield, I think, Christopher Arcement, Samantha Supan, James Martyr, Charlie Hawk, Mark Foster, Richard Elsie, Peyton Reiser, Amanda Lamb, Gary Howard.
Thanks, Gary.
Thanks, Gary.
Appreciate you, brother.
And all of our patrons. You guys are so fucking great to us. Thank you.
Thank you so much, everybody, for that.
Yeah.
Everything that you guys do for us. It's honestly amazing and, like I said, just above and beyond the Call of Duty, and we really appreciate it.
You're all a bunch of Holly Davidsons. Thank you.
You're beautiful, and you really are. You're the best, and thank you for buying all the live show seats. Just coming to see us live. We really try to put on the best show possible.
Yeah.
You don't even know, man. We fight to make sure the venues are good.
Yeah.
We don't just say like, "Oh, that's where we got booked." Fine. We literally go into it. What kind of chairs are there?
Phone calls about it.
Literally, where we go over and we say, "Well, what kind of chairs does that theater have?"
We don't think that venue's right. What about this venue?
That neighborhood's that's a terrifying neighborhood.
Right.
Why do we don't want our people to have to go there?
I'd rather play somewhere smaller and play two shows rather
do a
than
better
play
show.
that.
Then do a big show where people are terrified and it's a terrible place and they have folding chairs and shit like that. We really want you guys to show up, be comfortable, and then we want to give you the best fucking show you've ever seen.
Right.
So, I mean, it's obviously it's generous because we want to give you the best show we've seen, but it's selfish because we want you guys to leave and go, fuck, I can't wait till they come back next year because I'm going to be the first one to buy tickets. Yeah. That's what we want. That's the goal. We want to be so good that this isn't a scam. No. We're not trying to let's get them to come once and then we'll take all their money.
Take the money and then
scam them.
We don't have to worry about it.
Fuck them. No, we're like, we want them. We want you to come back and see us every fucking time you're in town. We're in town.
That was the most in-character perfect fuck 'em.
Hey, fuck 'em, man.
You were really into
I had a pile of money in front of me. I was like, hey, fuck 'em.
Slimy.
I got their money, buddy. I don't take it now.
Fuck 'em.
Fuck 'em. So, so thank you guys for everything like that. And what if they wanted to thank you, Jimmy? How do they get a hold of you?
You can find me at Whisman Sucks, WHISMAN Sucks on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. And the feedback that you guys send me, I read all of it, and I appreciate all of it as well. So where can they find you?
Absolutely. You can find me at Jimmy P is funny, or just copy and paste my first and last name from the show description and do it that way. It'll probably be a hell of a lot easier than trying to spell my last name. And you can find me in other places or wherever you want. But Jesus, that said, it's been a wild week again. as usual. We have a crazy case next week, by the way. We will not be taking off for Thanksgiving. No. We will 100% be releasing not only an episode, but a Patreon bonus episode on Friday as well. So if you got a day off on Friday, you're going to have yourself a bonus episode for the $5 and up Patreon people, and also an episode. And it's a crazy episode. It's one that we did at some live shows.
Oh, nice.
We're going to put that out there because it's just a wild episode. We're retiring it from the live show rotation. Yeah. It's time for everybody to hear it.
Great.
And it's fucking wild. And Jimmy won't remember it because he was really drunk most of the time it was being said. So
I don't remember TV shows I just
that's
watched.
What I mean. So that said, everybody, until next week, it's been our pleasure.
If you like Small Town Murder, you can listen early and ad-free now by joining Wondery Plus in the Wondery app or on Apple Podcasts. Prime members can listen early and ad-free on Amazon Music. Before you go, tell us about yourself by filling out a short survey at Wondery.com/survey.
He was hip-hop's biggest mogul, the man who redefined fame, fortune, and the music industry.
The first male rapper to be honored on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, Sean Diddy Combs.
Diddy built an empire and lived a life most people only dream about.
Everybody know ain't no party like a Diddy party, so.
Yeah, that's what's up.
But just as quickly as his empire rose, it came crashing down.
Today I'm announcing the unsealing of a 3-count indictment, charging Sean Combs with racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking, interstate transportation for prostitution.
I was up. I hit rock bottom, but I made no excuses. I'm disgusted. I'm so sorry.
Until you're wearing an orange jumpsuit, it's not real. Now it's real.
From his meteoric rise to his shocking fall from grace, from law and crime, this is the rise and fall of Diddy. Listen to the rise and fall of Diddy exclusively with Wondery Plus